Hi, Florida Keys, Amy. How are you this morning? Can't say I'm 100% good, but at least I slept last night. You're kind of a scratchy throat. I hope I'm not getting a cold. I'm glad you're good. So are you in the Florida Keys? I have to look on my phone. My phone's ahead of my tablet to read the chat. Yes, you know what I made the other day? I made key lime pie. I think it's famous in Florida. Good morning, Denise. How are you? I don't think there's a lot of people here, but that's okay. Good morning, breaking the silence. Oh, not so beautiful this morning. Oh, my eyes are all swollen. Had kind of a rough night last night with my son. That's good, Denise. I'm glad to hear. Has everybody got their Christmas shopping done? I got a new iPhone last night and I'm used to an Android, so I'm not sure how this stupid thing works. So I was playing with that a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of the old blackmail, not blackmail, but guilt trip things. So, like, we just put money on his phone and he says he needs more money, more gigs on his phone. And it's just one thing after another with him. And he's mad at his sister and he's mad at everybody. He thinks the world owes him, owes him everything. And we don't do enough. You've bought one thing. Yeah, and as a mother, you fall for it. Morning, Sarah Kay. How are you? For any of you that have come in here and don't have a wrench, I took away a lot of the wrenches yesterday. And right now I can't see who's got a wrench or who doesn't because my my stupid iPhone times out like in 2 minutes. But the reason I did it was like I had given too many wrenches out to too many people and I wasn't sure who I could trust and who I couldn't trust. And so you're done with shopping. Well, you're way ahead of the game then because I'm not even started. Plus, I have to go to the bank today because I wanted to put some money on um, Tracy's um, PayPal. And I didn't get a chance to because I think I'm overdrawn at the bank. So my husband's not a happy camper with me. My brother blames my mom for his drug addiction attention because he has ADHD and she put him on meds for it. He makes me so mad. Yeah, my son blames me because he had a rotten childhood. So he says, according to him, because my husband and I divorced and it's all my fault and blah, blah, blah. Hi, 420. How are you? I was going to do that too. I want her to take Lolly to the vet. I was going to help her pay for that. Well, actually, the reason I'm sending her money in a PayPal is because I sent her the gift card that Kim got. I sent in a Christmas card to Tracy, and Tracy hasn't gotten it yet. And I sent it before I sent all these other prizes, and she hasn't got it yet. So when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So I'm going to just PayPal her, and then I'm absolutely sure. I know it's something to do with the mail because I did send it. I wouldn't say I sent it if I didn't. That was the first thing I sent, actually. Yep, they make their own decisions. That's absolutely right. But as a mother, you still feel guilty. Like you feel guilty when they mess up. It has to be something that you did wrong, and of course he's capitalizing on that. Good morning, Remedy. How are you this morning? And then my daughter, she's going through the same issues with her son. Well, not same issues. What she's going through issues with her son being like a diagnosed ADHD. So she's dealing with her brother and her son, and it's a lot when you have not just, a child to take care of, but somebody that's blaming you for all their woes in their life. Yeah, yes, I know. Breaking the Silence says, yes, I know my mom feels guilty and she was so good to him. And I've tried to be, and we've been there for him, but geez, at one point you have to just say, whoa, stop. How are you this morning, Remy D? Only Fool Sly. Hi, how are you? I was sure everybody hated me by now. Carla, keep on for further testing. I went through the same thing with my older brother. It'll work itself out some way. Yeah, she's not giving up. She's definitely not giving up. And she's joined a support group. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but support groups for children with disabilities. Being a parent is the hardest job on earth. No one is perfect. We do the best we can with what we have. Breaking the silence, I know, but they use an addict especially will use every little thing against you. Like right now, it's because my husband and I divorced that he got addicted, and that's the reason he went to drugs and stuff. So, whatever. I had the tracking number and I threw it out because I just thought she'd get it. That's how dumb I am. So I'm just going to send her a PayPal. Maybe the return address is on it. I put the return address on it. So maybe it'll come back here. But, if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's 25 bucks. But I'm going to make sure she gets it. Yesterday, I couldn't PayPal her. I'm overdrawn at the bank. God, I didn't even realize I'd spent that much money. My husband is not a happy camper. Only Fools Lie says, I was catching up this morning, Carla Marie, and I'm so sorry about what happened this weekend with Ben. Yeah, well, whatever. It's just gotten, ridiculous. I'm already dealing with, issues with an addicted child. Um, some of the videos that he made were just not right. But anyways, we move on. He can harbor anger all he wants, but I'm not going to. And I'm not going to talk about him. Good morning, Sarah F. How are you this morning? You didn't cause their addiction, you can't control it, and you can't cure it. Exactly. And here's his mindset. Everything will work out because it's always worked out. And you know why it's always worked out? It's always worked out because I've always bailed him out. That's why it's always worked out. We've always gave him money for his rent. We've always helped him with his car payments. We've always fixed his car. We've always made sure his son had a great, exactly. And yeah, and I had issues with that because of what, I commend J Mac. To be honest with you, I commend him for getting out of that because I know it's a hard road to haul. So whether Ben agrees or disagrees with me about that, it's hard to put yourself out there, and I hope someday my son is where he is at right now. So yeah, and we enabled him, and I'm guilty of that too. I'm guilty of enabling, and I'm sorry, I should have maybe cut the cord like I'm doing with my son, like I'm having to do with my son. And believe me, it's not easy. Like last night was horrible with him. I mean, my husband had literally had to sit there with me by my side while I bawled my head off because he thinks we are doing for his son. Okay, my grandson is gonna have a Christmas, that's for sure. But he, in his mind, thinks because we're not giving him the actual money that we're not doing anything for his son because he should decide what his son gets and he should. But you know what happens when we do that? He goes out and it goes up his nose and his son goes without. It's not just what he said about Jay's addiction, it's what he said about his parents that's vile. Yeah, I know, I heard it. I did hear it, and I decided to distance myself. So, some may disagree with me and say that, there's excuses and he always says he's sorry, but like I'm just so done with it. It's just so toxic for me. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I can't deal with it. I'm dealing with a lot right now. Good morning, Mandy. How are you this morning, dear? You are 100% doing the right thing. Thank you. It's hard though, I get knots in my stomach about it. Even with, when I actually did the actual I actually decided to myself, you have to do this. You have to block the toxic out of your life, including my son. Do you think it's easy for me that I'm not even answering calls from my own son? So, think about it. Denise says you're doing the right thing, Carla, even though it makes you upset. Stay strong. Yeah, I know. I know I am. And I know that, when he's better and he's cured, he'll see that I'm talking about my son now. And maybe in a weird way, Ben too, that, you can't, I've always told him to take the high road, but, you know, you can't force people to do what they're not willing to do. Ben is codependent. He knows he will be accepted back. And unfortunately, yeah. And if I'm a bad friend, look, I haven't known Ben that long. I've known him. I When I met Ben, he was not like this. It was this Ben that's putting out these videos right now is not the one that I came to know and love as a friend. And then that's not no freaking don't read anything into that, but to really care about as a friend. This is not the Ben that that's making these videos. That's not the one that I know. As for your son, it's kind of the same thing. He knows he will be accepted right away. There has to be a sort of ultimatum. Get help or goodbye until you get help. And that's exactly what we've done. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard on my daughter. She's dealing with her son has just been diagnosed with ADHD. She's also something that she's done. Good morning, Lovable Rogue. Um, she's also dealing with she's also what he hasn't accepted too is every second weekend she allows the mother of his son and his son over at their house so he has some kind of stability because both her parents have passed away, so she has no family. Remy D says, proud of you, Carla. It's definitely hard. I was alone in my addiction. My family didn't care one bit, not even for one day. You'll make it, I promise. Yeah, well, he doesn't have a family that doesn't care. That's the thing. But he thinks they don't. We don't because we're not giving him money, mummy. And mommy, mom without a watch. Good morning. Oh, I did say hi. I thought I said hi, lovable Rogue. Um, Remy D says, when I had an excruciating panic attack, I contacted Mandy C. She guided me through it. Well, that's good. You know, it's important to have a support system, but, and as far as that, friends having a support system, that's well, fine and good, but you can't support them when they're r- demonstrating like toxic behavior and spewing venom like towards me. I mean, I just don't get it. And that's what I woke up to this morning. It's like people sending me messages and talking about all this stuff. And to be honest with you, I never watched it because I don't watch anything that someone says, "Oh, you should see what they said about you." Well, you know what? No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. It's better for me, for my mental health, not to watch it. And I don't care who it is making the video. I won't watch it. If it's mean, it's just straight being mean. That's the longest. How long was her panic attack? I only get them for a few minutes. But you know what they say to do, Remy? And my therapist told me this. It's called an ice dive, where you put ice underneath your eyes and across your nose, like right across. And then you bend over with your head between your knees, and just it's like diving into a pool. And you know how when you dive into a pool, it just kind of calms everything down. That's why they call it an ice dive. But that's supposed to be good for and then she told me, if you're in public and you get that, go into the nearest restroom that you can find and splash water on your face and just bend over and take a few deep breaths. It's scary though. It's scary because you think you're going to have a heart attack because your heart is pounding out of your chest. And yeah, she told me not to do that, to just put ice under my eyes and across my nose and underneath my eyes, like, and then just bend over, especially if I have them at home. It's called an ice dive. I sound like a nutcase. Here we are talking about panic attacks. At what time is it? 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm bipolar. So, and I have depression. So I'm on a cocktail of medication. So but I still get the panic attacks. Plus, my doctor wants me to sleep for 8 hours a night, and that never happens. That never happens. Like, I mean, never, ever happens. Cold water brings whatever it is that I don't know how she explained it to me in therapy, but I've been going to a psychiatrist for my medication and a therapist because I have like so many issues. It's if I got into it, like all the stuff I've been through, I could write a book. What's that about 8 hours? Oh, 4 to 6. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you go to a therapist, but they tell you that they want you to sleep a minimum of 6. But ideally, he wants me to sleep 8 hours a night. That never happens. Like, never. It never happens. Well, you guys see, I'm up bright and early every morning, you know? That's like, um, yeah, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, that's me. Oh, by the way, did anyone see, Makeup Mobster's house, her Christmas lights? Oh my God. I watched her video last night. It was beautiful. You guys have to go over there and watch that video. That is that her house? Remy D would know. Remy D, was that her house, her actual house? I know I'm behind. Like I'm behind here. Was that her actual house? She did a You guys go over there and see, watch her video of her Christmas lights. It Her house is like, I don't even know how to explain it. You have to go over and watch it. It's unbelievable what she's done on her house. God, I'm lucky if I get a set of lights strung up. She is she is unbelievable. I know she's your friend. Tell her I watched it and it just cheered me. It's so, please tell her it cheered me up so much. After I was going through stuff with my son and I watched her video and that just, it just cheered me up. Just what she did for her house was unbelievable. You guys go see it. And she's got music playing, like just the way she did that video. She's so talented. What a talented girl she is. You guys need, if you haven't subbed to her, you need to sub to her. I I'm really watching her more and more lately, and I think she's just a real classy lady. Yeah, yeah, I know you're friends with her. I just had to mention that because I was feeling so, I was feeling kind of deflated last night, with everything that was going on with my son. And then I watched her video and it just cheered me up. I mean, it just really cheered me up because, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. I did a couple of like goofy videos of Christmas, but just because I wanted to remember, the fun times, the fun times of Christmas when Christmas was, when the kids were young and it was so exciting. Thank you, Remy. I appreciate that. I just had to mention that because I just watched it and I was just in awe that I was like, this can't be her house. She must have taken, you know, but then it looked familiar. Like I've seen some of her lives and it looked familiar. And I thought next time Remy D comes in here, I'll ask if that's her house. Lovable Rogue says Makeup Mobster puts a lot of work in Halloween, now Christmas. She is impressive. Yes, she is. And she also, her series on grief is good too. She's got a lot of, she's very good at storytelling and she's very good at lives. I hope, and she's a kind-hearted person, She's a very kind-hearted person. See, the thing is with me is I I like that positivity of her channel. I know she gets, she gets mad sometimes, like at certain people's, but she usually doesn't, she doesn't cause anything. She's a reactionary. She has a reaction to things. But yeah, that's why I went on early. I wanted to be finished by the time she goes on. I'll definitely have to watch that. I don't know what's going, does it say anything? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I was dealing with my son last night, and I think things were people were threatened last night, and people have been threatened today, and just don't want to get involved in it. It's just not going to happen. If I have issues with someone, I'll bring it up with that person. I won't be threatening anybody. Oh, supposedly I've been threatened, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh, you don't know. She's not as unforgiving as you think. I think resolutions are the best things. But I think they have to happen if the two people want them to happen. Oh boy. Well, I'm sure she'll let me know what it's about, 'cause she usually does. There ain't gonna be no resolution because from what I heard, it was pretty nasty. Good morning, Jojo. How are you? And that's okay. I don't, I'm not going to, oh, Jojo said, oh, Ben's a dickhead. Just ignore him. Jojo, I don't know what happened last night. I was dealing with my son, but I got several messages and screenshots today, and not very nice things were happening last night. So, and I'm trying to still be positive because it is Christmas and it isn't the time of year to be doing this shit. I don't know why, the nastiness, but it is what it is, If I have a problem with someone, that it's going to be about solving the problem with that person. It's not going to be about threatening. Good morning, Kezzy Fox. How are you? Only fools lie. I don't know what happened. I just caught up with bits this morning. I won't involved with anything with Ben. I don't watch him and don't get involved with attacking him. I hope he gets help. Listen, nobody is attacking Ben this morning. Good morning, Mimi. Nobody is attacking Ben. All I did with Ben was block him because I did not want to be a part of that toxic venom. I did not want to be a part of those videos that he's making about everybody. I did not want to be, but nobody's attacking him. Blocking someone is not attacking. And that's where the thing gets like mixed up here. I can't keep being, I can't say I'm going to like, you know, ignore my son's pleas for help and then enable somebody else to doing the same behavior my son's demonstrating towards me. Well, and I can't control that, Mimi, and I'm so sorry to anybody that's been victimized by Ben because of what I did. The only thing I did, but I can tell you the only thing I did was say that I did not like the videos and I was blocking him because of it, because I don't want to be a part of it. And he knew that. He knew I didn't want to be a part of it. And I told him I wanted the high road taken. I told him, can't you just take the high road? Can't you just ignore it? I would have stayed his friend had he not made these videos. And some of the things he said in them was just awful. You can't unsay, there's a saying, you can't unring a bell. You can't. I know, I know. And when he was mad at Trisha, I got all the messages. I got over 100 messages over and over and over. And I was a piece of shit. And I was to shove the hat and mitts that I made for a hat and fingerless gloves out my turkey's ass, And I still sent him those things. So I still was his friend. Ben has never been disrespectful to me, at least through email. I emailed him a few times to try to make him see what's up. He didn't disrespect me, but I didn't show a blind person any light. Yeah, that's true. I just, I know everybody wants me to talk about this morning, but I'm just not, because then that gives him the power. He wants the power of being um acknowledged. And he even said, I guess, in a video that he's not sorry. So he's never going to be sorry. He's going to do it again. And he said it before. When I called him out the first time, he said, I'm not sorry and I'm going to do it again. And it's just over and over. And I'm going to say the same with my son. You can be sorry all you want, but until you, yeah. And I'm sorry I jumped on J Mac without fully understanding what his video was about either, because I didn't watch it. And nobody deserves that. What was said about him was nobody deserves it. Good morning, Red Dragon. I'm sorry if I took some wrenches. I didn't mean to. I just um, removed some, and um, because I had so many people with wrenches in here, I didn't even know who had wrenches anymore. So if some of you don't have your wrenches, it's nothing against you. I I just want peace. I was dealing with my son last night, and I wake up today and this is like all hell broke loose last night, which is craziness. Like, you know, what here's what my big sin was. My big sin was I blocked him. Who hasn't been blocked? He blocked me, and that was fine, you know? I mean, come on. You're 45, not 14. Grow up. I am, because if I don't, I'm going to get 157 messages telling me what a piece of shit I am. I don't need him telling me I'm a piece of shit. I have my son telling me I'm a terrible mother, and the reason he got into drugs was because I divorced his dad. Good morning, Wendy V. I got my son saying that to me. I don't need Ben telling me I'm a piece of shit and 150 messages. No, I don't. I don't have a tree up. No, I don't much feel like putting up a tree either. What? I'm being a cop out? No, my son is using anything he can think of to guilt trip me right now because it's Christmas. And his big thing last night was, it was funny the way he worded it. And you can tell he's high because he couldn't spell worth shit. And he put something, I'll see you in a month, because by the time I get anything from you, like you promised, you would make sure that my son had. You know what? You're supposed to make sure your son has a fucking Christmas, not your mother. My son isn't going to have Christmas because of you. What the hell? He's 30 years old. I had to make sure my kids had Christmas when I was that age, you know? And then I got this other one calling me, saying I'm a piece of shit and a fake friend. I don't think a fake friend would, make something for you and mail it to you. I'm sorry, but I was the real thing, and you just burnt your bridge with me. And threatening me is the worst thing. You know what? Threatening me, that just put the icing on the cake for me. Jane Rhodes, good morning. How are you? Remy D says, Carla, I'm 33. You know my child is disabled. I will look like a bum, go hungry before my kid does. Exactly. And he's 30. So, and he's the guilt trip is on me. His kid isn't going to have a Christmas because of me. Like, wow. Just wow. I just keep positive and ignore the negativity. It works for me. I try not to get involved in arguing. Well, this isn't I'm talking about my son right now, old Blue Eyes. And it wasn't even I wasn't even arguing. All I did was block him because of the videos he made. So let's stop talking about him because this is what he wants. But I was talking about my son actually right now. My son is doing the guilt trip thing on me. He's saying that his son, my grandson, isn't going to have a Christmas because of me, because he gets, um, by the time he gets any money from me, it'll be 2 months down the road and Christmas will be over. Well, little does he know that my daughter and I have already arranged with the mother of his child to make sure that his son does have a Christmas because she's struggling too. So we're helping her. Yeah, exactly. Jojo. And he's just, oh, I don't know. I just shake my head. I don't know how I had two kids and one turned out like perfect and the other one just struggles. And I'm not saying he is a good father when he's with his son, but he's gonna lose them. He is gonna lose them. Stand your ground with your son. Yeah, I have to. I have to. I absolutely have to because it's hard. I'm not going to say it's not hard because it's really hard. It's really hard. When he sends you a message saying the only reason he got addicted to drugs was because I divorced his father, because I did leave his father. I was the one that left and broke up the family, but, we weren't happy. And his dad's been married for 20 years now to a different woman. So he found his soulmate and I found mine. So, you know, no, she wouldn't. And she still has a relationship with us. She won't allow him to see she won't allow her son around those drug addicts, which I don't blame her. I don't want him around them either. She would allow him to see him supervised, like at my daughter's. Good morning, Jules. It's just, he hasn't hit rock bottom yet because he keeps saying, well, you believe your sister, his sister and the mother of his child, and you don't take my, well, every time we talk to him, he's a good actor for number one, and he lies to us. So we've caught him in lies over and over and over. So only fools lie, says Mandy C. I only had a few glasses of prosciutto and I've been ill for 2 days. Never again. I don't drink. I drink wine if I drink white wine. Morning Blink. So that was my night last night. Wonderful, wonderful. Wake up to this, right? This Christmas, 'tis the season, like my title says. Oh, blue eyes. Do you go to Al-Anon meetings? Those meetings can be a huge help. I actually joined a couple groups on Facebook, parents of addicts. Addicts and abusers will blame someone else. They won't take the blame or how they cope for their. That's what I mean. He's telling us that his son isn't going to have Christmas because of us. My husband isn't even his biological father. Hang on, I have to mute. Just my husband checking on me. He was worried about me because I was upset. Not about the person on the internet, about my son. So, but I don't know. What was I talking about? I forget now. I lost my. Good morning, CCK. How are you this morning? Yeah, it's just been like last night was like the messages, and then of course underneath the message he sent me, because it was a Facebook message, he sent me 3 pictures of his son. So there's another thing to pull at the heartstring, in at his Christmas concert. So another thing to pull at the heartstrings. Like he's using his own son to get money to get drugs. Like I'm just so fed up with him. Only fools lie. My body doesn't like drinking anymore. When I was younger and partied, I could drink and drink, but now it messes me up. I I'm a lightweight drinker. I think after 2 beers, I'm like, oof. Good morning, Sarah. If I didn't say hello to you, I don't believe I did though. Good morning, though. I did block him. I blocked him here and I blocked him on Facebook because what he said to, somebody about, you know, if someone said that about my son after he recovered from addiction, like hopefully, knock on wood, he recovers, that would just kill me. It's got to. Puss in Boots, are you here? Oh, good morning, Puss in Boots. Thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate it. Just like, it's just, you know, it's hard to. Good morning, Kim A. It's hard to take. I mean, it's not bad enough. Like the the one thing I can't deal with is the nastiness of the videos. Well, yeah, I'm trying to be. I was like kind of enabler before, so I don't know how much of a good mother I really was because I was like believing him. I was believing everything he was saying. So I really don't know how much of a good mother I really was, you know, not much of a good mother because I was believing everything. And I kind of sort of there were signs, but I'm not sub to Ben, but just went and looked at the video since y'all were discussing, wow, they are terrible. Yeah, they are. And that's the reason. I mean, I don't need more. The thing is, he was the one who was like congratulating me on how positive my live streams were. And then he's making these videos, and I didn't even know that he was making all these videos. And I've told him over and over, just take the high road. If people bother you, don't address it. Um, Pop Trauma says, I know, but I just don't sleep more than 4, maybe 5. So I stay up till 2-ish so I can get up like a normal person bedtime for you soon. I can't. My doctor wants me to sleep 6 to 8 hours a night. I can't do it. Of course, Remy. Of course I did. Um, I was a good mother, or I thought I was, but I left his father and that he's using that now. Now that's the newest thing is he's using that. He's using his child. He's using his child to guilt trip me. The guilt trip is pretty obvious. You know, the 3 pictures under I won't talk to you in a month for a month after Christmas is over since my son is not going to have Christmas because of you because I won't give him money. Because supposedly he says he's going to buy Christmas presents with his money, but isn't he responsible for getting his son a Christmas? I had to at that age. I worked 2 jobs at that age. So, yeah, I'm just reading something in here. Um, is Blink in here? I don't see him. He's 30. He's 30. He's old enough to make sure his son has a Christmas, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I had to at that age. The thing is, he couldn't use like his son still is going to have a Christmas. He just is using that right now because he can't use his this like I had a horrible childhood is not working anymore. It's not getting him money. We just put money on his phone like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he does, but it just sporadically. The last job he had, he got fired for getting caught taking drugs at work. And every job, you know, he has to work under the table because every job you get drug tested for now. Yes, you're right, Remy. He definitely feels entitled. Like him just saying my son isn't going to have a Christmas because of you. My parents never made sure my kids had a Christmas. I had to do that. You know, that sure they bought him Christmas presents, but they didn't make sure he was completely furnished with Christmas, you know? I mean, they were furnished with Christmas. We did that. Sure. Just hang on. Um, Hang on. And I don't want to talk about Ben anymore because I'm like done, done. Just it's just not it's not doing him any good to talk about him. You know, it shows more about the person when you do things like that than it does, you know, the person you're talking about. And I don't care which side you're on. Nobody deserves that garbage. So, And we all need a voice. And that's what this is all about, is having a voice. Hello,
Good morning.
hang on. You talk?
Good morning.
Are you there? Good morning. How are you?
Oh, hurting but okay. I was listening to the comment about Remy D, and she's right. He feels like he's entitled,
Oh yeah.
and that's not cool. It's not your responsibility to provide your grandchild with a Christmas. It's his. He brought that child in this world. You didn't. But to
Thank you,
use the
Jane.
child as the a guilt trip, he is so foul for that.
Thanks, guys. It's the thing is it's hard. It's hard as a mother to have to say no to your child. And I don't care how
Hmm.
old your child is. Remy
Yep.
D says, I'm close to my son, or I'm close to your son's age, just didn't grow up that way. My best Christmas gift was a cheap hat box filled with dollar store. No, well, and that's what he did. The last time I gave him money, we gave him $400 for his son. And he ended up buying drugs and then going to the dollar store. And that child was so happy with that stuff that he got. What the hell are you doing? What is
Who,
that
me?
noise?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
I
was
was
just
trying to
making
adjust
that
myself.
noise.
My
Good morning,
I'm
Eagle.
I was
That's
trying to
okay.
adjust
That's okay.
myself.
I was just hearing all this noise. I'm like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, I had to turn my space heater down. It was hot.
Good morning, Eagle. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Kim A.
Oh, BTS. Did I say hello to you? I'm trying to read comments. I'm really bad for not noticing the comments, and I'm trying to be better. Pop Trauma says, "Oh, you do. You just don't know it till you discover it. I'm working on Christmas cards. Oh, talking about talent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
She does her own Christmas cards.
Interesting.
Good morning, my lovely eagle. Yes, everybody has a talent. You just don't know. Sometimes cake making. Some people can do nails really well. Some people can do their hair. Oh, my hair is such a mess today. Oh, there is no way I'm turning my camera on today.
You say that all the time.
Oh no, I do. I seriously, that I was up like real late. That's addiction for you. Manipulation is a major factor in it. To get drugs, your
Yep.
mind becomes completely consumed by it, and that's right. And he'll do anything to get money to get the drugs.
Yep. Anything. Hi, Kim A. That comment was right on point.
Yes, it was. It was certainly was.
Kezzy says, I
Uh,
say no to my adult kids all the time. You
Well, the thing is, he's used to us saying yes. Like
got to dig
every
yourselves out.
time he's done, we got to dig our heels into the sand and say no this time, and it's been hard. And last night
Hmm.
was the guilt trip, and I knew it was coming. I just knew it was coming, and he knew I've been ignoring him because I have been.
Oh, it
And
happened last night?
yeah, he messaged me. He messaged me last night.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wasn't, and then this morning I woke up with a whole new set of issues. So Bluebird on my shoulder. Good morning. I love that name, Bluebird on my shoulder. It's such a
Hmm.
beautiful name. Remy Blue Fly says, I have big age gaps between mine, and I will say I struggle. I struggle saying no. Yeah, I know. What's the age gaps in your children's ages? I know Eagle does too. She has big age gaps with her children.
Hmm.
Like when you have adult children and then younger children, it's hard. 21, 14, and 7. Holy Jesus.
Whoa.
That's like you're 7 years apart. Every 7 years you had a child. That's so funny. Wow. So you could be a grandmother if your child had a child at 20. Well, I was young when I had mine.
Me too.
I was younger than 21 when I had my daughter.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Eagle, in here yesterday, we listened to Ben's video and agreed to unsub until he gets help. Guess he watched the live when he woke up. He got some emails. We got some emails. I didn't because I blocked everything. So I didn't get any. If I did, I haven't seen them. My oldest daughter will be 25 this Friday, and my little daughter is 8. So she's got an 8-year-old and a 25-year-old. That's
Wow.
some age difference. Mandy C says mine are 6 years apart, 6 and 12. That's cool. That's an age gap.
Yeah.
They're into different stuff at that age. And of course, they
Yep.
don't want to have anything to do with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Carla, if you're still on when I get back home in about 20 minutes, I'd like to speak with you if you'd be open to that. Sure. Remy, I'm open to it. I'm hearing noises again upstairs. I swear,
I'm
even
sorry. Is it me?
No, up in my house, my actual house. I
Mm-hmm.
freaking every time I come downstairs, I hear noises upstairs. Crazy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so glad I got this working though.
Yeah.
Our I
Hi,
got my
Mojo. I'm okay. How are you? Mandy C says her 6 year annoys her oldest.
oh
But
kids, but brothers and sisters always annoy each other, don't they? They're
yes, they
touching
do.
me. He's touching me. He's touching me.
He won't
Mom, he's
stop.
touching me. Oh, and she's too close to me. She touched me again. Mom, are we there yet? Oh my
Wow.
God.
Bluebird on my shoulder says 29, 28, 20, and 18. That's
Well, that's
within a close range.
fairly
Yeah.
close. That's fairly close. Like
Yeah.
the two oldest are close, and then a gap, and then the two youngest are pretty close.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only had two. I gave up after two. Thank God. Can you imagine if I had to go through this with more than one child? Oh my God. I
Whoa.
don't know. It would probably kill me.
Oh,
It would
yeah,
probably
it
kill me.
would. That would be you're going through a lot of stress now, and it would be even
Uncle
double the stress.
Capone, my man Capone. He's there. He's there. He's a good guy. He's a good
Oh, she
guy.
said,
I
Mom,
like
he's looking at me.
I do I do like Capone. Capone is the a good guy.
Yeah.
I like him. I'm trying to figure out my
Oh.
iPhone now. I got a new iPhone last night. Good
Oh,
morning,
you
Galway
finally got it?
girl.
Only Fool's
How
Lie
are
says my
you?
youngest has autism and development delayed, so still at the level of a 4-year-old and adorable.
Yeah. What was that?
Wow.
I'm sorry. My youngest has autism and only development delayed, so still at level of a 4-year-old.
And
Oh,
adorable.
oh, and adorable. They are. They're
Yes, they
so
are.
lovable. All children are lovable.
Hmm. Remy,
I
these
love them.
siblings and I are 38, 36, 33, me, 24, and 14. Wow.
Pop Roma, I've been talking to him this morning.
Hmm.
He's upset. He needs some time.
Yeah.
His question was, does anyone have a way to get hold of Blink FM? I'm worried about him. He is not acting himself lately. He's
Who,
upset.
Blink?
Blink. Yes. He messaged me this morning, Pop Trauma. I talked to him this morning.
Okay, breaking the silence. We'll be here as long as Carla holds the stream up.
What's this?
Breaking
Breaking
the
silence.
silence
Be
says
right
she'll be
back.
right back.
Eagle says, I'm sorry I missed your first hello, Bluebird. Here's some extra kisses. Well, aren't you the romantic? So let's get into something a little more lighthearted because I'm just bringing everybody on a downer here.
Hmm.
Well, can someone tell me about their most special Christmas or their most happiest Christmas that they can remember?
The middle cup, right? The middle. Oh,
I think we are hearing you. You might want to mute.
oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My mom and her husband live in another state, so they play Fortnite with the kids and talk to them on the mic. It's so cute. I don't know what Fortnite is, but it's supposedly a really cool game that kids love. Good
Mm-hmm.
morning, Leo wife. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. It's raining here. It's like really nasty outside.
Is it? We might get snow
Blink's
again.
just a little upset, but he'll be fine. I don't like to talk about people when they're not around to,
Right.
talk for themselves. So I'm really, I'm just know that I talked to him this morning and he's okay. He's doing what he needs to do. Only fools lie says we had Christmas once in November while husband was on R&R from Afghanistan, and that was an amazing Christmas. Yeah, I want people to tell me if anybody wants to come up and tell me their most amazing Christmas story. I'll tell you mine to start with. Um, Special Christmas in 1994 with the oldest. Was born preemie on December 13th. I got to bring her home Christmas Eve. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Anybody else got a great special Christmas story? I can tell you mine if no one else has one because I'm always talking. So I'm getting ready for the day. I'm going to get some new yarn to make my puppy a blanket to go to the Buggy's PetSmart when I take him with me. Oh, that's cool. Do you crochet or knit? I think Leo, wife, you told me you crochet like I do. Oh, Eagle, nice. My youngest was born 8 weeks preemie. Um, well, one Christmas we were transferred to France because my dad was in the Air Force. He was a test pilot, and we had to be there. I think it was like um the 26th or 27th of December.
Mm-hmm.
And the Air Force base that we belonged to, made sure that all us kids, when we got there, because it was like a 8-hour flight or something, and then there was a drive to go. When we got to the place where we were living, they had all wrapped Christmas presents and they were all under the tree waiting for us. So that was pretty special. I
That
think I was,
was.
I think I was, oh, I must have been maybe 7. My sister was 6. My brother was 5. And my other brother was just a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So we were young. We were young.
That's
But
incredible.
that was special. Because we all
Yeah.
thought, of course, we all thought being young like that it was Santa that left the presents for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that
How
was
did you
my
feel
fun.
when you
And
found out that Santa wasn't, that it was actually mommy and daddy?
I don't know how old I was when I found that out. I was
Mm-hmm.
older. I think you want to believe you believe until you just don't believe anymore. I don't know how old we were when we stopped believing, but
Hmm.
anybody want to come up and tell their Christmas story or no? Or is that too personal?
Hmm. Christmas is at my parents' house. They were they were pretty good. I think that's the closest time that we've had um throughout the whole year because everybody's busy working or in school or this and that. And just to be able to sit together and eat together, and because even daily, we haven't had dinner together or nothing like that because one had to work late or one had to work overnight. So it was really a special time. And just to be able to be together and laugh and,
I
I
think
just thought it was
that
awesome.
I think it's gotten away from being it about family to being about presence, and it's too
Yep.
much about presence and not enough about family time. Hi, Samara. How are you, Samara? What about the vampires? What did I miss? Okay, I missed something in here. I'm trying to read all the comments, but I'm not missing something about the vampires.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's gotten away from being about family, and it's more about how many presents and how expensive the presents is that you're getting.
Hmm.
Only Fools Lie says that's what I love about Christmas. My mom has 20 people for dinner and more for drinks. All our family comes together and I love it. They have something called Boxing Day in Canada. Is there any Canadians in here? Does anybody know what Boxing Day is here? They call it Boxing Day.
Hmm. I never heard of it.
And it's the day after, and that's when you go and you see, your family and your friends and stuff. Does anybody know what that is? Hey Mojo, I look back when I was 30 and look at my daughter, my older daughter at the age now, and think this is nuts.
Hmm. Cassie was 6 when
The
she found
UK,
presents hidden in
okay,
her closet.
the UK has Boxing Day too. So does Canada. Canada has Boxing Day. So what is it exactly? Can you explain what it is? I always thought it was the day when you go and see your friends and family. You have to get the family together to watch the Christmas marathon movies. Absolutely must, especially National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story. Yeah, I love the Christmas movies. Well, my new favorite is the one with Kurt Russell. Have you seen that one? That's a
No, I haven't.
really good Christmas movie. It's a really,
Is
really
it?
good Christmas movie. Oh my God. It's on Netflix. Does
I'm gonna
anybody
have to
know the
check it
name of
out.
that movie? Oh, it's so good. It's a bank holiday, Carla. It's a bank holiday, Lovable Rogue in the UK. But what's it at? I always thought it was for like when you go around and show everybody like, or you go to your friends or whatever.
Hmm.
Oh my God, I can't read. My eyes are going buggy. How about you read pretty well? Lovable Rose, St. Stephen's, but we generally call it Boxing Day, as it's putting the presents away in boxes. I used to think it was boxing matches. I always thought it was for going around to your friends. Like, I don't know. I guess I had it wrong.
I thought it was boxing matches, like,
Well,
boxing.
that's what that's what JoJo says. She always
Hmm.
thought it was boxing matches, but it's not.
Hmm.
And they call it Boxing Day. Maybe
Right.
that's it. That is Boxing Day, boxing up all your presents and stuff, get them put together. Eat food and recover from a hangover. That sounds right.
Hmm.
What do you eat on Christmas? Do you have turkey or do you have ham or do you have what do you have?
Here, We're not doing Christmas this year because we have some that don't believe, so I have to respect their wishes. So
But you did,
we're still gonna
did-
cook. We're probably gonna do like a ham.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
ham is good. But
Oh
isn't
yeah.
ham, what is it New Year's everybody has on New Year's here? Is it pork and pork roast or something with um what do you call that? Sauerkraut, which I can't eat. I can't eat sauerkraut. I just can't do it.
Is it too sour or
We have beef, gammon, duck, and chicken. What's gammon? What's gammon? Can you guys tell me what gammon is? Is it a bird? Does anybody know what gammon is? I'm gonna have to Google that because I don't know
is
what
it
it is.
gammon? Is it
G
gamey?
A Gammon. I don't know what that is. Jane, I do have my fingers crossed. I entered into a $3,000 drawing. Hope I win. I can finish Christmas here and buy some more groceries. Wow, $3,000. What I couldn't do with $3,000.
Well, I got my fingers crossed for you. I hope you win.
Yeah, I do too. You got a lot of crossed fingers for you there, Eagle. I
Only
never
Fool's
win.
Lie said, no, it's a ham. It's a salted ham.
Oh, oh, is it? And you call
Hmm.
it gammon? Oh, okay. And I didn't
So
even know that.
is that the kind of ham where you have to soak it in water for like 3 or 4 days before you can cook it? It's
I
a
have no
fat leg of
idea.
a ham or breast gammon.
I have no idea. That's the first time I've ever heard of it. It must be a UK thing. Has
Hmm.
anybody else heard of that? I want prime rib.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Mandy
I
C,
love
for
rib.
understanding.
I've
She
had
said,
two
I
hams
understand. Go ahead.
and a turkey since Thanksgiving. For Christmas, I make meatballs and sausage in a crock pot.
A crock
And we're
pot.
gonna have sandwiches, potato, and oh, that sounds good, Kim A.
Oh, I'm
That
coming to your house.
actually sounds really good. Yeah, I'm coming there too.
Yeah,
Homemade meatballs? Mm-mm-mm. I love meatballs.
me too.
My mother-in-law, bless her, God rest her soul, used to make sweet and sour meatballs. She used to make them with grape jelly and something. I know she'd make this big pot of sweet and sour um meatballs, and they were so good. You could just
Mm,
eat them like that.
they melt in your
And
mouth.
deviled eggs and macaroni
Oh,
salad, potato
oh,
salad. I mean,
oh.
you just by picking, you were full by like just by picking all the trays that everybody would bring. Now that she's gone, though, and we all have like our own families.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of doing like different things now. Now we're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
different.
food. But
Yeah.
she did the sweet and sour meatballs and she did it with grape jelly, and I can't remember what else she put in it, but and
Mm-hmm.
deviled egg. Yeah, deviled eggs. Oh, those are the best. Excuse me.
Only Fool's Lie.
Kids in a
I never heard
blanket.
of deviled eggs until recently, and she still never tried them.
Oh, we do the sausage wrapped in bacon, and you know how I do them? I put brown sugar on top and I bake them in the oven, and they are so good. And cook them for about an hour. They're just like
Mm.
finger foods, and then you put toothpicks in them. Yeah,
I'm
I
coming to
do
your
that too.
house.
Yeah, that's just one of the side dishes, like the hors d'oeuvres or whatever you
Mm-hmm.
want to call them.
Because he said, if I get fat, it's Carla's fault.
I know I'm always talking about recipes that we don't want. And then my stepdaughter, she always does this. It's hot ranch chicken, a buffalo ranch chicken dip that she does
Mm.
with cream cheese, hot sauce, and shredded chicken. And she does it, and then she puts it in a crock pot. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember what's all in it. I know there's cream cheese. I think there's um sour cream, cream cheese. There's hot sauce. There's the shredded chicken, and it's oh my God. You put it
Delicious.
it's really good. Like really
Wow.
good. It's fattening as hell, but it's good. And what else does she do? Oh, and I do my taco dip.
Oh,
My
do
taco
you?
dip is pretty good too. My taco dip is a layered dip. I do one layer is cream cheese, sour cream. It's like a tub of cream cheese and no, it's a softened cream cheese and about half a container of sour cream and an envelope of taco seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes on, and then you mix it all up in your mixer, and that goes on the bottom. And then you cook up um, a pound of hamburger with taco seasoning and a little bit of water. And then you
Mm-hmm.
cook that up and you put that on the second layer. And then on the third layer is salsa, and that goes on
Ooh.
there. And then the fourth layer is um, Mexican blend cheese, like the
Mm-hmm.
Mexican blend shredded cheese.
Yeah.
And that's a dip. And that I bring that every year because everybody loves it. It goes like
S-
you serve it with
Snap your
crackers.
finger fast.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
crackers or taco chips, and that goes pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
But some people put the beans in it, like on the in the taco dip, and I never do the beans or the black beans because I don't like the black beans. So I
Mm-hmm.
never do them. But some people, my husband likes black beans and black olives, but I don't do those.
Yeah, I don't like the olives either.
I don't like
Only
I
Fools
hate
Lie
olives.
says
I
it
hate
sounds delicious.
it is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy to do because it's just cream cheese and sour cream on the bottom with a taco seasoning, and then the hamburger on there, and then the salsa on there on the top, and then the shredded cheese on top. And I swear to God, everybody loves it. And I
Mm.
do it in a 9 by 11 container.
Mm-hmm.
Pop Trauma is saying, do you eat much tofu? I tried it for the first time. General, I never had know how to say that. With fried tofu was interesting, so I thought I would try something else. Um,
I've had
I'm not a big fan of tofu. I'm not a great big fan of tofu, like
you would have
itself
to
in the package.
yeah, you would have to have an acquired taste. I
You should
dated a
do a
health
video
nut.
making it. You know what? If I maybe I will like try and do a video of me making my taco dip because
Mm-hmm.
it's a big hit. Maybe I will try and do that because I know how to stop and start the video now. So maybe I'll
Okay,
do that
so
and
you're
do
gonna
the
like put
taco
it
dip.
on dry ice and send me some, right?
Oh, of course,
Oh,
absolutely. No,
okay.
I'll put it in one of those freeze dries, those bags that take all the air out and then they're good to go.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I feel the love. Thank you so much.
Yeah. But my husband loves it too. So
Mm-hmm.
my 11-year-old loves tofu. I just have never gotten into it. I guess if you season it right, it's probably good. But some people do chicken tofu turkey at Thanksgiving. I don't know how it's done. Scrambled eggs and relush what with pepper and HB brown, hot brown sauce. I'm not sure what you just said, Jojo. I was
HP
trying to
brown
read it, but
sauce.
HB. HB sauce? Oh, HB sauce. Okay, okay. I know what HB sauce is.
Mm-hmm.
I like scrambled eggs. I do like scrambled eggs. I like soft eggs and I like scrambled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
She's always talking about not wanting to eat meat, and we'll go on a kick eating tofu for a while. Actually, there's a brand that I buy, and I do too because of the cholesterol I'm having. So I've been kind of staying away from red meat, and
Mm-hmm.
the Sardine brand is the best. It's you wouldn't even know you're not eating meat. It tastes exactly like meat.
Wow.
Breaking Silence Up is one English brand of spicy sauce and a hint of mellow. I'll do a bid one day with our products. We can swap recipes. Sure. What the heck is tofu? Tofu is like it's a protein, isn't it?
I
It
believe
looks like a
so.
big it looks like a big square of cream cheese is what it reminds me of. It looks like a big square. It's you can get hard tofu and soft tofu, I think. I think you can
Mm-hmm.
get both. There's a powder that GMA adds to the scrambled tofu that literally smells like farts, but I can't remember what it is. Makes it taste just like real egg. It
Oh,
smells like
wow.
farts. Well, boiled eggs do smell like farts.
They
They
do.
do. Coleman's English mustard, real hot com compared to American mustard. Mayo and tomato sauce is good for prawn cocktails. It actually is, and it makes a good dip, but it
Mm-hmm.
has to be real mayo. I don't like the whipped, like the
Miracle
Miracle Whip
Whip.
and and ketchup. I like it has to be real mayo. I've done so many I got so many recipes from my late mother-in-law
Mm-hmm.
as far as like, um, you know, baking and stuff. She was such a good cook. My husband, hers was the only dressing he would eat. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what, I think my dressing tastes the same, but he just loved his mom's. He's a
Yeah.
mama's boy. They like
Yeah.
their mamas. There's mama's
Mm-hmm.
cooking. Oh, you can't even compare it to your mama's cooking. So it is bean curds. Yeah, tofu is bean curds. It takes on the flavor of whatever you're cooking it with. I might try it. I might try and maybe
I haven't had it since I was 18.
what tofu?
Tofu. Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
dated a health nut, and I mean, he was a serious, serious health nut. And we used to eat it with whiting all the time. And at that time, at first, I didn't like it, but then I grew to like it. But then after we broke up, I just didn't care for it anymore. But it wasn't
Yeah.
too bad, you know. He seasoned it
Uh,
right.
Jojo said we should do a live where I'm doing American food, you do the English tradition. Yeah, that might work. That might
That
work.
could work.
Our English
I,
fish and chips with mushy peas and a cup of tea is national pastime. Oh, that's funny. KY Hillbilly. I'm so confused. I'm confused too. Don't worry. I'm trying to read your comments, guys. I'm trying to be very mindful of what you're all saying here today.
mm-hmm.
Jojo, the English cooking is similar to Australian. Okay. So Australian, and she told me yesterday that Wendy V did that Vegemite was kind of a yeast thing that
Mm-hmm.
their kids are brought up on.
Oh
I
yeah, I
agree, and
remember.
you're doing a wonderful job too. Thank you, Pop Trauma. That makes me feel good. Yeah, I'm trying to read all your comments so I don't miss anything because it was pointed out to me that I have been missing some stuff in the chat, and so I'm trying to be mindful of all your comments.
Prawn cocktails is cold prawns, fresh sauce of mayo, and tomato sauces, salad, chilled in a glass cocktail, probably our 1970s English starter. Hmm.
I know that different countries have different, kinds of food. So I wonder what, what they eat in, say, Thailand for Christmas dinner, if it's the same like what we eat, or because they eat kind of spicy food in Thailand. I
Mm-hmm.
know my brother lived there for a couple years, so
Mm-hmm.
they have a lot of seafood there.
Wow.
I love seafood. I love as long as it's not fishy tasting. Like I like lobster, I like shrimp, I
Mm-hmm.
like I like battered fish and chips. I like what do you call it? Um ugh, I can't think. My mind is blank this morning.
Did you
Y'all
have
like
enough coffee?
pickled bologna? I've never heard of pickled bologna.
Never
I've
heard of
never
it.
heard of what is pickled bologna? They pickle bologna, actual bologna?
I
My
think it
husband used,
is.
really? Have you
I
heard of
think
it?
it is.
Have
I'm
you
not
heard of pickled
sure.
bologna? I've never heard of pickled bologna, honestly. Breaking the silence. Who said they had pickled bologna? I've never heard of pickled bologna. I suppose you can have pickled anything. I mean, really,
Yeah.
you know, if you make it and you pickle it, I mean, it's pickled. I feel like some parts of the world like spicy. We like pickled stuff around here. I like pickled stuff. I do. I love pickle. I like drinking the juice even. If that I know that sounds weird, but
No, because the Eagles football team used to do that one year they thought they were going to win the Super Bowl.
oh, Breaking the Silence says you buy it in the store where it's a big long roll of bologna with skin on it. Looks like intestines, kind of, but so good. Really? In the groceries? What grocery store do you shop at? Because now I want to try it. Now I want to try pickled bologna. I definitely want to try it. Pickles are about the only pickle thing I like. I make my own I make my own sweet pickles.
Mhm.
They're refrigerator pickles. I make them because we have
Oh
like
wow.
so many cucumbers. I love pickled beets. I do too. Mimi, I do too. Beets are supposed to be good for you too. They're messy if you spill them on yourself. They're
Oh
good.
wow.
Mimi, I love pickled beets. My husband, like, how can you eat that stuff? My daughter loves some beets too.
BTS says yeah, Walmart or Kroger here, but some states don't have it.
What's that?
She said yeah, Walmart or Kroger here,
Oh,
but some
Walmart
states
or
don't
Kroger.
have it.
Oh, guess where I'm going this afternoon? I'm going to Walmart to see if I can find pickled bologna.
She
I,
says she
and
loves
it
them
looks
with
like
bean and cornbread.
intestine. What's that? Sorry.
Mimi, she says she loves them with beans and cornbread.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we're talking about
Not the pickled bologna, whatever
no,
Mimi said she
we're talking about
pickled beets.
beets, pickled
Yeah,
beets.
yeah.
Yeah. That sounds actually sounds good. Like green like beans like not green beans. You're talking about beans like pork and beans and
Mm-hmm.
cornbread. That actually sounds good. That might be what I eat for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah. Hime said it's good for you. Just have to watch the salt. My daughter loves pickles. I buy a big jar every time I go to the store and she finishes it. That's like how
I
it is
like
here with the pickles. We love pickles
I like
here.
dill pickles and with a dill pickle with a grilled cheese sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Grips are the best chips. Beets with beans. Beets with beans. Yeah, that would probably be good. Mimi,
Mm-hmm.
you just gave me an idea for my lunch today.
Mandy C said, with no meat,
Pinto. Oh, pinto or
with
navy
room meat.
bean. I have both. Yay. What? Excuse me.
Oh, she was just saying with room meat, or is that no meat? Room meat?
Who said that?
Mandy C.
What? Kangaroo meat? Is that what you're talking about? Kangaroo meat? I don't know. I don't know what roux meat is.
Yeah, unless it's
Not the
kangaroo. I've never had
kangaroos.
it.
Oh, not the kangaroos, she said. No. They
Oh,
do eat.
okay.
I think in Australia they do eat kangaroo though. Some
Mm-hmm.
people do. Mom without a watch. Hell yeah. Pinto beans and cornbread is one of my favorites. Pinto beans. Now, are those the beans that you put in chili? Or is that just the green pinto bean?
Well, I use kidney beans for chili, but I guess you can
Mel
use.
Mel was telling the funniest story about kangaroos the other day. She is a storyteller, that one. Mel
Mm-hmm.
Mel. Yeah, she is. Anyone can tell me, can I hook the phone to my radio? My phone is on radio in my car. Can I play YouTube? Um, I've tried that. No, it doesn't work for my phone to the radio, but I don't know. It would be cool if it could.
It would be
Then
nice.
I could listen to like stories and stuff because I sub to a channel called Let's Read and it's all scary stories and
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could do that.
Mimi uses fatback in her pinto
Oh,
beans
pickled
and navy
onions.
too.
What's that? Mimi what?
Mimi, she uses fatback in her pinto beans and her navy beans.
Oh, really, Mimi? That sounds good.
Sorry, gives them
Hey, last.
flavor.
Yeah, you're last, Marty. Pin, what was I gonna say? Now you got me. Oh, pickled onions. I love pickled onions too.
Mm-hmm.
My husband doesn't like my breath after I eat them. I'm able to
Mm-hmm.
hook YouTube up to the Bluetooth in my car. Really? How do you do that, Jules? I want to know because I like listening to stories on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
especially if I have to drive somewhere. Unknown
Oh,
component
Pop
says
Chama
Marty, I'm
likes
excited
collard
so
greens
much.
and cornbread.
I don't know what collard greens are. I've never had
Oh,
them.
they're leafy and greeny, and when you cook them right, oh Lord, they're really good. I
Mom
miss
without a
my
watch
auntie's collard
said,
greens.
I make ham for Christmas and I take the bone with the slivers of ham on it and make a pot of pinto beans. Wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, the bone it'll season it. Yeah.
The bone. What do people usually make with ham bone? Wasn't isn't it like split pea soup or something? CCK, putting your setting on audio, not radio. Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's how you do it? That's cool.
that's interesting. You learn something new every
Well,
day.
yeah, I know. I don't like sponge fruit cake, pop trauma. I don't know. I've never had sponge fruit cake. Just the kind that's not that everybody gets at Christmas time that everybody hates.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Pop
know what I
Chama
mean?
said,
That the
Good.
fruitcake that nobody likes.
Right. I tend to stay 40 feet away from it. I
Yum.
tried it one
Kinesia.
time.
Yum. I was supposed to make bean soup with my leftover ham, but I didn't. I'm so mad.
Oh, wow.
Good morning, Kat McGlynn. McGlynn?
Yeah,
Never
ham
seen you
and be
before, but welcome. Welcome, welcome.
welcome.
If you don't have a ham bone, you can buy salt pork and it flavors the pinto beans the same. So what do
Mm-hmm.
you buy? The dry pinto beans? Do you soak them or something? I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never done
some
that.
require soaking, some don't, I guess. But I love ham and bean soup. It's rib sticking. It really is.
Is that
It sticks to your ribs. And Pop
that's
Chama
always
said,
good.
about the collard greens. Pop Chama said, "You don't know what you're missing, Carla."
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not getting hungry like all this eating talk here every last minute. Fluffy potato topping and lots of cheese. Cheese is my weakness, honestly.
Mhm.
I'm a cheese freak. I love cheese
Wow.
on everything. And cheese is the worst thing for you.
Mhm.
Sometimes I pressure my beans a while. Like in a pressure cooker, like
Mhm.
dried beans with water. I never thought of doing that, like making
Me
beans that
neither.
way. I might buy beans, some dried beans, and try that.
Mhm. My mom just soaked them overnight, and then she would cook them.
Jojo's gonna send me a cottage pie. I'll be smashed up by the time it gets there. What is cottage pie? I don't know what cottage pie is. I love cheese, all cheeses. Yeah, I do too. I'm a cheese freak.
Mhm.
Morning, Tawanda. Instant Pot. Yeah, my Instant Pot I usually use for eggs. But I use for other stuff too. I steam meat in it and I steam, vegetables.
Mhm.
I do a lot of I actually do a lot of stuff in my Instant Pot and I do a lot of stuff in my Instant Fry or my air fryer too.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did it in the olden days where they had to do everything like make bread by hand and we just have to run up to the grocery store in our cars and we can get all that stuff.
They
And
had
we
it.
still complain about all the work that we have to do.
Yeah, when they've had it like a million times harder than we
Yeah,
did.
really. So we should stop complaining. Well, I should stop complaining about all the work I have to do.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think I should do that too, especially when it comes to laundry, because they used to have to beat theirs out on rocks, and we don't
oh
have to
really?
do that. Mm-hmm.
I just think I complain way too much. My poor husband. He bought me an $800 computer the other day. Yesterday, he went out and bought me an iPhone. I'm not even going to tell you how much it costs. And I still haven't gone and done any Christmas shopping yet. And that's my only job is to shop. Maybe I want
Wow.
to do. My eyes have been really. I have to go to the doctor tomorrow. After the doctor tomorrow, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
really, you know, get going and I saw an air fryer that's a toaster fryer, air fryer thingy. Did you see that on TV, Remy? On as seen on TV, like it was on TV because I saw that too. I want it. It's like a big thing. It's like one of those little stoves that go on your ovens that go on your counter, like one of those, but it's an air fryer. Mom without a watch says you don't come across as a complainer. Oh, ask
Send
my
a link.
husband.
Remy D wants to come up.
And Remy D wants to come up. Okay. You got it, girl. Here you go. There you go. You got it. Toasted sandwiches are the bomb. Supper time in England in the 1980s. Corned beef, Heinz, baked beans, and cheese. Mojo's coming up with all these different things. God,
Mm-hmm.
I think I put the link in there. Did I? Did I get the
Yeah,
link in there?
the link's in
Oh,
there. It's between Kim A and Mojo.
well, I think Remy D asked for the link. I did want her to tell Makeup. Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Good.
Good
How are you?
morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Carla, I didn't want to intrude or anything like that, but I had said to you earlier, if you were still on when I got back home.
Right. So what's up?
So, um, regarding your son, I know that you're so hurt, and I know you're feeling the guilt. Have you joined
Ooh, yeah.
any, you know, maybe online support groups? I know you said you
I
joined one
I
or something.
I did on Facebook. There's a couple of Al-Anon group parents of addicted children, and I have joined a couple of them, but
Okay.
I haven't. I don't really know these people.
I hear you.
I'm listening. I'm actually just reading some of their stories, and believe me, I have it good compared to what some of
Um,
them have
You're
have
still going through
talked
it though,
about.
you know?
I'm not at the end yet. It's like there's a lot of stuff that's still going on with him, but
Do
yeah.
you have a idea of why he's not admitting he has a problem? I'm just asking, I'm not insinuating. Did she go? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Sorry. I had my mic muted. I wasn't ignoring you. I had my mic
No,
muted.
I know.
I think he just isn't hasn't hit the bottom of the barrel yet. I think he needs to lose honestly, in my mind, and my
He's
daughter
got to
and I
hit
were talking last night. I think he is the type of person that has to hit the
rock
absolute
bottom.
he has to end up in a homeless shelter
Well, I can tell you
before he
100%. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no go.
I can tell you 100% that's sometimes not even the rock bottom.
Right.
I was there.
Right.
I can only speak about my personal experiences. And you said he's an opiate addict, correct? Like, or is
Well,
it crack
he's
cocaine or
it's
methamphetamines?
cocaine, and we're not even sure all the stuff, but it's a few things, a few
Oh,
different
he's
things.
running the gamut.
Oh yeah, he's
Wonderful.
got a severe
It,
problem.
my whole point wanting to talk to you is that, as a person that is in recovery, I've got 7.5 years sober under my belt.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's not without the help of maintenance medication, which is why I brought it up to you, Carla. My whole thing is sometimes you just got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. Those withdrawals suck. Do you know what withdrawals from opiates are like?
I
If I
have
may
no
ask.
idea, but I know he gets when he doesn't. He's getting money somehow.
Oh, I'm sure he sold his
He
electronics and
yeah
sold jewelry and stole.
he's getting money to because my daughter says he's getting a fix somehow. He's getting friends that are
Or
supplying him.
or he is. Listen, I dated a big drug dealer. I know how this goes. Or he's selling for that dealer. What you do is you sell a $10 product for $15. You sell two, you make one. That's
And
also
that's
something he could
exactly
be doing.
and that's scaring me too, because I know these
Oh
people
yeah,
are not good people, and I know
some of
he's
them actually are. You'd be surprised. Some of the people that are drug dealers, and I know this sounds so stupid, they're actually not bad people. It's just they're just trying to eat, you know?
Yeah.
They're just trying to
I just
make it.
I'm just scared that because there's been times that you hear on the news there's been bad batches of this and bad batches of
Oh
that and
yeah,
people dying, and that's
Did
my
you read
biggest
what
fear for not
the
just
truth
Carla's
said?
son.
Did you read what the
No,
truth just said? She said my
what?
son's rock bottom would have been death. That's why I fought to keep him
that's
from hitting it.
that's
But
kind of what I was
I don't,
alluding to.
yeah. And the
But
thing is,
the withdrawals from opiates, let me tell you, you're hot, but you're sweating, but you're freezing. You're running to the bathroom every 5 minutes, whether it be to whichever end it's coming out of. The anxiety, the your mind is just like, I know what can fix it, but I can't do that. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the point of the addict saying, I don't want to be sick. That's where it came from, actually, with me, is I didn't want to be sick. I couldn't be sick. I had to work 12 hours a day. So for
Right.
me, that's how it was. And for a lot of addicts, it's just, I don't want to be sick. I can't handle it. I can't go through it. And it's not just 3 to 5 days. This can last for months. It's like the worst flu you could ever imagine in your life. You're
Mm-hmm.
shaking. Your eyes are twitching. Your hands are, you're just twitching all over. You can't sleep. You can't eat. You're starving, but you can't eat. It's horrible.
yeah.
So I understand that. But the point is addicts have to reach that point where they're just done with being sick.
Yep.
Because what if your dealer is
Well,
out?
dude, he's blaming everybody. Like he's blaming that his
That's
sister
normal.
isn't a good sister. I was a
Tawanda,
terrible
actually,
mother
that's
because
not
I left him.
bullshit. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That
You're
I'm
a
not a
good
good
mom.
mother because I left his dad, and that's why the reason he got addicted was because of the divorce. Um,
May I
just
ask how long you guys have been
That's
divorced?
a lot of years, many years.
Like, are we talking
Like
like
I've been
10
married
or
to
are we
my
talking like 20?
I'm talking like, yeah, because I've been married to this husband for 15 years, so you know what I mean? So it was before
Yeah.
that.
Well,
But
okay, I get what you're
but
saying.
on the other hand of this is we're getting, and though I haven't talked to my husband in a lot of years, if my son decides to get help, we are going to get together and all go and support the stepmother and my husband. We're all going to go and support him. But
That's the
he
best
has to
thing you
go.
could do.
We can't force him to do it. He has to do it himself.
Now, do
You know
you
what I
think
mean?
that if you were to withdraw any, I mean, you've said that you've taken away contact and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah.
Sometimes, again, it just goes back, and I hate to be repetitive, but it's just, you got to be, the addict has to absolutely want that. Sorry, you hear crows in the background. But the addict actually has to say what's more important. For me, and again, I can only speak on personal experience. For me, it was just, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to die.
yeah, he
Right.
has to get to that point. But have y'all tried like getting the family together, like an
Um,
intervention?
Remy, did you see what Tawanda said? She said it's bullshit, Remy. I can have an opinion. Sick of how dealers aren't bad. Whatever.
I'm not saying that all dealers, Twanda, you're at like a 10. Like, take it down a notch, please. What I'm saying is that a lot of the dealers that I've met, I'm not saying every dealer is a great person. I'm just saying that some people don't have the education, the skills, whatever, and this is what they know. This is how they were brought up. They lived in, like I did, in the hood. And this
In the
is, and
hood.
no offense to anybody, but this is the life that they knew. You could,
Well, can
Yep,
I
addiction
just
does not
say
discriminate either.
that
it
the
does not.
people that my son is hanging out with right now, my daughter would not let in her house because they are low lifes. Like she doesn't even let her kids go over there
I
because
don't blame
of
her.
the people that he has in his home. And
I, that's a great
um,
choice.
yeah, she does not want them around.
That's right, because it's a bad influence. And Remy, you're
And
absolutely right. In the hood, it's a different uh rule. The game is different.
Tawanda, I don't know everything. I'm just talking about my personal experience. Calm down, please. This is a very serious matter. I don't know everything, but I mean, my
You're
drug dealer,
speaking from your own
yes,
personal
ma'am.
experience.
One of my
I got
dealers
you.
was a great dude. He had kids and everything. He was just trying to make it, dude. Like, he was just trying to eat. And unfortunately, when the job market sucked during the recession and everything else, people had to do what they had to do.
Yep, they had to find a hustle.
Well,
You got to
let's
hustle
put it this
sometimes.
way. My son is not a good person right now. He's not, he's ignoring his own son. He's not,
I'm so sorry to hear that.
the
Yeah,
most important thing in his life now is his next fix. So I'm not happy with him. And now he's
right,
using his son to
hmm
guilt me into giving him money, and it's not working.
right.
Well, it also has to do with that entitlement attitude. I'm
Yes.
not much older than your son, Carl. I'm 33.
Wanda, I'm so sorry. I'm
I'm
so sorry. Yeah,
I
I
don't need to
know.
step back, Tawanda. Just I'm talking about my personal experience, but I'm very sorry for your loss. What I'm saying though is, when stuff hits the fan, so to speak. I mean, my drug dealer, this is actually quite funny. I mean, I would meet him at Home Depot, and my ex-boyfriend, again, he was a drug dealer. Was he a bad person? No, he wasn't. He would give you the shirt off his back, whether he was high or not. But the drugs made him a bad person.
Right.
So
I
you
get what
can't.
you're saying.
I mean, Tawanda, would I've sold drugs? Would you call me a bad person? Think about it. You can't. There is recovery. There is sobriety, and you know something, Carla. I wish so much for your son to find that.
Yeah.
Whether it's through maintenance drugs or like Suboxone, I'm
Suboxone, yeah.
or methadone or
Mm-hmm.
Vivitrol. There is now once a month. It's called Sublocade. It's like Suboxone, but it's once a month. Just like Vivitrol is once every 3 months. It's an injection. I don't care as long as they're alive. It's not
Yeah,
trading
because
one
he
drug
doesn't
for
realize
another.
he's killing himself, and
And
but
that's the point he has
he's
to
got
get
to get
to.
to that point where he no longer wants to do drugs, and to get that help. And not only that, he's going to need the support, family support, community support, different programs and rehab. You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
yeah, he's going to need all that. I'm
See,
from
I
the hood,
wasn't.
so I definitely
Yeah,
understand
so
what you're
you get what
saying,
I'm
Remy.
saying.
Yes, I do.
Can you guys hear me?
I wasn't. Yeah, sorry.
Can you guys hear
I
me?
wasn't. I can hear Carla. Can you hear her?
Okay.
Yeah, I can
I
hear.
didn't know. I can't see my picture up there, so.
Well, I wasn't given the advantage of having anyone that, cared really. My family just was like, too bad, get over it.
Hmm.
I wasn't given the opportunity of rehab. I literally walked into the Suboxone place, signed up. I had to wait like 4 hours, but within that 4 hours, you bet your buttons I went and got high. I was not an
Right.
intravenous user. Put everything up my nose, how I still have 2 nostrils, don't ask.
Good
Right.
morning, Blonde Bay. Is Jojo here? I gave her a link. She wanted a link.
Is
Jojo,
that
are you on?
woman's username Mimi or Memi?
Mimi, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, when I
Mimi.
was
Yeah, we
due
could have
because
been
we have
responsible
could
for
have been
death, but
responsible for a death for me.
how much responsibility, and I'm not trying to argue about this. It's kind of 50-50. The addict searches for the drugs, the dealer supplies them. How
Yep.
responsible is the dealer?
Well, I don't want to be responsible for my son's death by giving him money.
By
And that's
contributing,
why
right.
my daughter outright told me, Mom, if you give him money, you are going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a form of enabling. Because
Mhm.
once you give him that
Oh,
money, he's going to go
definitely
straight to the dealer, right?
That's
And you
why
don't know
I
if it's
had.
a bad product that's out. I've lost so many people,
Oh my
even
God,
this
Mhm.
I'm so
year,
sorry.
from drugs, from a bad mix.
they're coming
That's
out with
right.
that fentanyl and like
Yep.
there's some elephant tranquilizer now that they're putting in it or something. I am
Well,
so
isn't
glad that I
Mhm.
got high when it wasn't bad.
dealers
can you
are
hear me?
Thank you,
enablers.
Marty.
Hi,
Yes,
Mojo.
Galway.
Dealers are enablers.
Galway, they are enablers. However, the addict searches for the drugs. It doesn't
Yep.
matter who they get them from. They're going to still get them, whether
Right.
they steal,
Jojo,
hurt, or whatever. And the whole reason, in my opinion, if anybody has not looked up Purdue Pharma, it's a pharmaceutical company in Connecticut.
hmm
They are responsible for the opiate epidemic. They lied and said that oxys and Percocet were not addictive.
Right.
And so their drug reps went out and made a lot of money and all this
A
other
lot.
stuff. Oh, billions. We're talking billions of dollars.
hmm
They have, it's disgusting. It's absolutely ridiculous how much
Right.
money that they have
Every
made.
The root,
sorry?
you have to investigate. Every cause has a root. You have to look to the root of the problem. Where did it come from? So yeah, you're right. Encourage everybody to look that up and read it and educate themselves on how the opioid epidemic
Mhm.
really came into fruition. Because I
Exactly.
remember there were days back in the day where you could go to the emergency room and they would give you 30 pills.
There you
Now
go.
you
And
get next to nothing.
that's another thing. Angel Rose said dealers are responsible. Mimi says still boils down to no dealers, no addicts. That's not true because doctors were the biggest
Yep.
dealers.
The problem
Yeah,
is
it's
that
big in the, and it still
dealers
is
aren't doing
because
street anymore. I know for myself, it was the doctors that kept giving them to me.
I knew
Right.
an older
on the
lady who
drugs.
had a hip replacement, and they were giving her like 150 Oxy 80s.
my girlfriend was
need that
getting
many.
450 a month,
Damn.
and she had AIDS. And I also
God, that's a
know,
lot of money. That's
like I
amazing.
said, I'm from the hood, so I know about the cash
Mhm.
doctors. I know about all that. So it's not just drug dealers
not-
in the hood.
No,
It's all over.
because when you're dealing pills, think about where you're getting those pills from.
Yep.
And
I would
TCK
go-
said something, there wouldn't be dealers if there weren't
Oh.
addicts. So it's like came to
That's a really
chicken
good
or
point.
egg.
Keezy, that's actually not true.
Right.
Who's doing the pills? It's not just the young ones. It's really not anymore.
Hello?
Hi.
I had an
Hello.
old lady friend that, like I said, she got 150 Oxy 80s. My ex-boyfriend would go there and return with like a softball size of 80s and 40s. She would get 80s and 40s. And she would offer them to us at, I guess, like $15 a piece for an 80. And I think Morbid Angel, you know where I'm going with this.
hmm Yeah, they go by the
So-
mill.
Well, the
Uh-huh.
80s we would turn around and sell for like $60. So $15 at cost, 60 at, for the people that were being sold to. So you're thinking right there, you're making like 3 of them.
hmm
It's a hustle. You got to hustle.
It's a
That's
hustle.
the game.
Yep. And a lot of doctors, they were in
Yeah,
on it,
but
and some still
Mhm.
are. Thank you,
And
Kim A. She said, "Yep, Morbid Angel, me too. It's awful." Yeah, but it's, you have to really educate yourself and not just put the blame just on regular drug dealers, because the pharmaceutical industry is also
Mhm.
responsible. That's
I mean,
why
look
they
at the
have.
clinics down in
no,
Florida.
definitely. Yeah.
hmm
The clinics down in Florida,
Oh,
before
oh,
there was this,
Got a story to tell
in the
about
States, there's
being
this
a
national
addict.
system now. There's this national system now in the States where, like, if I go to my primary care doctor, all right, I'm on Suboxone, whatever. If I go there and she prescribes me even an antibiotic, she types my name into the computer system, it brings up everything that I am prescribed to. However, when you go for these cash pay doctors,
Yeah.
they don't do that.
No, they don't.
But no, ma'am. I mean, you can just go look at, like I said, Florida. If anybody wants to research, just type in drug clinics, Florida, opiate abuse, and you will come up with a list of things that have contributed.
Hi, Red Story.
Well, it's all
Yep.
on, it's all on your database, isn't it? I mean, I'm on Subutex. I've been on it for 12 years, and all my other medications will come up on my prescription.
Yes, ma'am. And then they look at drug interactions. Like I was prescribed Klonopin for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I've been on
wide
Suboxone
range.
for about,
Yeah, I'll see you soon, Harrison.
well, I've been on Suboxone for about 4 years.
Hold
It
on,
was after my son
Carla.
was born.
Carla,
Sorry?
you trying to say something?
She's really
No.
low. I can't hear her.
No, I was.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
hear
But-
me?
Yeah, I
guys
can
hear
hear you.
I can hear you. It's just, hold on, let me check it's my volume. Sorry about that.
I have addicted parents, Marty says, and escaped that cycle. I told myself I would never want to be like them. So far, so good. I've never done drugs in my life. I definitely understand the impact it has on families. It is.
Yeah.
And the truth
It's a
says, thank you, Blonde Bay. My son is sober today, but trust me, I did enable to get him where he is and would do it again, keep him alive until he got ready. And see, that's what I'm struggling with. I don't want to get that phone call saying they found my son in a dark alley somewhere, but yes, I
Right.
can. But my daughter's telling me, Mom, I'll make sure this doesn't happen. And, I have a knot. Literally, I am living with a knot in my belly every day,
I'm so
like a
sorry.
knot in my
Yeah.
stomach. I
It's like, when's
literally,
the next phone call?
Yeah, that's something back now.
it's like this is kind of my escape from my life. It's like when the phone rings, if I know, like, if it's I know the number and I know it's not him. It's
Carla, if I,
almost
oh,
I'm
I'm sorry,
almost
go ahead.
I'm almost happy that it's not him. I'm almost happy, like when I got that message from him last night, it was like, oh my God. And I knew it was going to be bad because he wrote out like a novel and it was rambling and there was all kinds of um, spelling mistakes. And you could tell he typed it out real fast. The words that he used it was just like he was in a manic state. And then
Mm-hmm.
it was 3 pictures of his son underneath, and it was just like the guilt trip. He's not going to have
Right.
a Christmas without
That
you.
guilt,
And
that guilt trip
without
is
you.
meant to, make you enable him in his mind. He
Right.
knows.
He says the only way I can help him
Okay,
is
if I
to
can
give
run
him money. And
those
the
voice.
only way I can help him is to not give him money. Is the
That's
way I'm
right.
thinking of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And
See,
Tawanda, I'm
you're
not the only
Carla,
one talking,
sorry.
so take it down a notch.
you're
Okay,
Carla. Carla, you're learning. And in the street we call that game recognized game. Okay, he's trying to get over on you by using your grandson in order for you to give him money. No, you're at that point where you're like, no, I'm not giving it to you. You know what you're gonna do with it. So he gets it. That it's like the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. I'll huff, I'll puff, I'll blow your house down. No, you stand your ground. Do not give him any more money. Do not.
And
It
You
doesn't
stand
make
your
it,
ground.
it doesn't make
say
it
if he
easy.
needed food or something, you buy that.
Hello,
food.
Carla.
That's
Can you hear
You know
me?
what though, Remy? He sells
Can anyone
everything.
hear me?
He gives it. I did that when I was there.
Yeah,
I did
Jojo,
that.
one
I
second.
went out. I took
don't
him out
mind.
grocery shopping, and I
Mm-hmm.
bought food for his son. You know what he ended up doing? He fed his
Oh,
fucking
gosh.
drug dealers. He fed them food because they had the munchies. That's what I mean.
I
You
ask
can't
you-
even give him food.
Have you ever
Like-
considered, and I know this is like the bottom of the barrel, and some people, we don't think this. You ever consider calling the cops?
I have thought about that because he can't get drugs in, but I just
No, I'm saying on his dealers. And I know that sounds so bad, especially coming from where I'm from. You don't call the cops, but
No.
My turn to speak.
no, because I think if they would blame him and then he would be in trouble. Like I don't trust
trust
these
me, they got a
people. I
million
think that
customers.
you know what I mean? Like,
They got a million custies.
yeah, I know, but I've never considered that. I just want him to
Sometimes
get
being in
help.
jail sometimes being in jail actually though can be worse for an addict. I know going in, if you're on methadone or Suboxone or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you have to detox cold
Mimi
turkey.
said, my parents cut me off cold. I suffered, but they let me know they were going to. They
Weren't.
weren't or were or
Truth,
weren't
I'm not
going
trying to get the
support
guy
my life.
killed.
Wow.
Truth, I'm not trying to get the guy killed. What I'm saying is, if he's in possession of paraphernalia, you know what I'm saying? Even a welfare check on her son, but in the
I
same
don't
way,
know.
these
These
people
people are
sometimes need to be
bad
put away.
people. No, my daughter told me they're bad people. Like, you don't mess with these people, and that's another thing I have struggled with. I
Well,
wouldn't
I
mind seeing
understand.
him. I wouldn't mind seeing him go to jail. And that's a
Uh,
horrible thing for a mother to say about their son,
Mm-hmm.
but
I'm
he
sorry
can't
you're
get
in this
drugs in
position.
jail. So yeah, some kind
I'd
of
rather, yeah, but see, there's like Kezzy said, more drugs in jail because it's getting
Mm-hmm.
smuggled in through the COs. I would
Yes,
rather
ma'am.
see him in rehab, like
well,
not
yeah, that's
not the kind you go in and out of, but the
Yeah,
kind
but that's
where,
another problem. There's not enough beds.
yeah,
another problem is he doesn't want to go, and he has to want
yeah,
to
he
go.
has to be ready. He has to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
We can send him to rehab. We can pay for it. We've already said we would do that. But if he goes and he doesn't really want to go, is he going to get anything out of it? He's not going to get
No,
anything out of it.
absolutely
Right.
not.
Really? He's just going to wait until he's done the rehab and get out and start all over
Sorry,
again.
all over again.
Well,
Yeah, it's
detox.
gonna have to get to a point
De-
where he's ready. And in worst
detox
case,
is
good.
detox is 3 to 5 days, and you're literally locked away. You don't have anything. It's
He's
hell.
the place we found for him is 48 days.
Okay. Have you? Oh, that's
48
right. He's
days.
out of the states. Shit.
Yes.
So I was gonna say the
48
Salvation Army does have a rehab, but he's out of the
We
friggin'
found a
state.
place. It's called the Dreamers, and it's 48 days. We've got the money put away. We're ready for him to get in, but he has to go there himself. We cannot force him because he's a grown man.
Have they done a doctor evaluation on him? Because I did look it up.
Are you kidding?
No,
Angel
what I'm
Rose
saying,
said Angel Rose said jail saved her cousin.
it may.
Yeah, and I think jail, and we talked about this, my daughter and I talked about this, but we both
Sorry,
of us
Jojo.
feel guilty even saying that.
Mm-hmm.
So feel
Wait, I'm
guilty
sorry.
saying, we'd like to see, not like to see him in jail, but like to see this, end. I mean, just end for our family. We're all going through hell right now, all of us,
Well, it's a family
Mhm.
not
disease.
just him. It is. And
It
he's
affects
making
everybody.
he's not just making me feel guilty, he's making his sister feel guilty.
Yeah,
It's
the guilt
everybody.
trips.
His ex who she is not the spawn of Satan. She has kept in touch
Oh,
with
right
me.
now she's the spawn of Satan to him.
Oh
Damn.
yeah, because when she gets full custody of his son, she will be in his
That's
eyes.
one
Right.
thing I did want to touch on with you, if you don't mind. Do you think his rock bottom would be not being able to see his son at all?
That is going to be his rock bottom.
Yep.
Well, then that's what's got to happen.
That's what's
and
got to
nobody-
happen.
And this is what's happening. He's going for a custody hearing. And he is so hopped up on drugs right now. Nobody's going to my daughter's not going to remind him.
Well, if he
the
does
mother
show,
of
you
his
can do a
son.
mandatory drug test, do a hair follicle test.
Yeah.
And that shows up to
and
3
that's the
months.
thing. And he's not going to get custody. He's definitely not going to get custody. What's good is we all have a good relationship with her.
That's
Mhm.
awesome.
So she has, when she needed help, she can come. She doesn't have any parents that are alive. Her father actually died of a drug overdose.
Mhm.
So she's
Sorry to
been
hear that.
She's been through hell and back with addiction. Now she's involved. She got involved with my son, who is an active, addict. Won't help her with,
Mhm.
he actually, this is how entitled he feels. Do you want to hear a funny story? Not funny.
Absolutely.
He wants to go for child support because she makes more money than
What?
him. She wants him
That's
to make child
impossible.
support when she has him all the time. Except
It would
for
never
weekends.
happen. It would never
Mm-mm.
happen.
No, of course it won't happen. But this is what
He's
he
just
thinks.
so.
His drug-induced state thinks that he's entitled to child support. because he
Mm,
has his kids
mm,
2 days a
mm.
week.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
Wow.
this is
He's
like,
out there.
I'm telling you, this is like, it's just gotten ridiculous. Like,
Hmm.
I don't
Well,
even believe
in
some of this
his
stuff.
mind,
He
it
thinks,
makes sense, but in our
yeah,
minds, it doesn't make any
It doesn't make sense.
no, it
Right.
doesn't make sense to normal people. Pop Trauma says my daughter went to county jail for hot check and drugs
For
at 23. I told her then, you got yourself in, you get yourself out. She spent one
Hmm.
year there. I sent her money for commissary every week. And see, that's what I'm thinking that he might need is jail. And I
Hmm.
don't like to say that. It sounds like a horrible mother saying that, but
no, it doesn't.
No, it
Okay, let
doesn't.
me,
You're trying to save your
Carla,
son's life.
let me
Kim
ask
A
you
says
something,
Carla
Carla. You
and
want him
Company.
dead or not?
I don't want him dead.
Therefore, you got to
Right.
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Kim A made
I'm
a
sorry to be an
suggestion.
asshole.
Kim A made a suggestion. She said contact the intervention show. Maybe he'll agree then.
Oh, no, he doesn't
No, I
believe
think
me.
no.
He does not. No, he's mad at me that we even believe my daughter right now about,
Well,
um,
that's the
his,
drugs talking, though, Carla.
That's the
oh, I know.
yeah,
Oh, well, I know that. I
yeah.
know
He's
that
not himself.
talking.
That's everybody's
He's
against me, and
definitely,
everybody hates me, and everybody wants me to fail, and they're not helping me. Well, guess what, buddy? Sorry to tell you, bro, but you got to help yourself sometimes.
Mm,
well, he's blaming his, like, right now his family is the worst we're the worst family in the world. I'm
Oh,
the
you're the
worst
devil.
mother. I'm the devil incarnate. No, I'm not. His mother of his son is the
Of
devil.
course.
I'm the next worst thing to the devil. His father is a piece of shit. His sister is the worst sister ever, although she let him live with her for 4 years, and
Wow.
his son,
Well,
like, you know,
were
because
they together when he was living there? If you don't mind me
who was
asking.
the
Your son
mother
and
of his
his son's
child,
mother?
um,
Yeah.
until she moved out. She finally left him because she couldn't take his, like, he would work and then he wouldn't work and then he,
Mm-hmm.
just like, and my
That's what I
daughter
went through.
and
Sorry, I have to run my water.
my daughter let him live there because he would do stuff around the house for her, like he would clean up and keep the yard clean and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, all the time he was doing drugs. She was
hmm
Mm-hmm.
she was enabling him. I was enabling him. Everybody, his biological father was enabling him. So we were all letting him get away with a lot.
No,
Right.
you guys had
Never.
Now that's
knowledge. You guys had knowledge of his drug use and
I didn't. I knew he
okay.
smoked a little weed. Okay,
Well,
I
yeah,
knew he
whatever.
smoked a little
Ain't
weed,
nothing.
but so does my daughter. My daughter smoked weed. You know what I mean?
I
But she doesn't.
but she hasn't
You know what I
stepped
mean?
outside the box. And
No, it's like having a cocktail at night for her. It's like,
it's
you
to
know,
mellow
it's
out, really,
yeah.
when you think about it.
and
Like my
actually it's
son's
legal.
father, yeah, in some states it is legal, but federally it is not legal anywhere.
Federally in Canada, across the
Oh, that's
board,
right.
it's
I always
legal.
forget that.
They have dispensaries. I mean, she was prescribed marijuana when she got into a car accident.
Well, I
So
could be
it's
prescribed
like,
pot too. I mean, it's not that hard
yeah.
in the States
So it's
for the
like
most part.
a cocktail for her. But she's
Yeah, it's like
never crossed, that
into hard
borderline
drugs.
into the hard
hmm
drug.
I know, like with alcoholics, my son's father is a recovering alcoholic. I told him 2 years ago, I said, either you go get help, or I'm leaving you. I'm taking a baby. I had a shelter bed set up. I'm a stay at home mom. I don't have my own money. I said, I'm
Right.
leaving. I'm going. And he checked himself into the hospital that day. And he stayed for a day and a half. He walked back into our home. And I looked at him and I said, why are you here? Get out.
Right.
And he went to his parents and he hasn't drank since
Well,
hmm
that's good.
because his child is more important. But this has been, from what his parents say, this has been a 20-year battle,
Right.
Right.
you know? So It's different. But
Yeah,
Carla, I wish you all of the best. My heart goes out
Yeah.
to you,
thank
and
you.
I am so sorry. And anything at all, please, if you need to contact me, obviously I'm in chats. Just please let me know. And my thoughts are with you.
Okay, thanks a lot. I
But thank you
appreciate
for
it.
letting me up, and have a great day. Just
Okay, you too.
remember,
You too,
Carla,
Remy.
you're a good
Yeah.
mother because you care.
Yep.
Yeah, I do care. But
So
thanks for
don't
coming
worry
up. I
about it.
appreciate it.
All righty, no problem. Have a great day, guys.
Okay,
Have
you
a
too.
great day, Remy. Nice
All right,
talking to
bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Now, does
Oh, that was
does your
interesting.
does your son, he has physical access to your grandson?
On the weekends only. And it's kind of it's not mandatory supervised, but my daughter is always around. She doesn't allow
Mm-hmm.
him to be alone, and he won't go around the mother of his child.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to read some of these comments here because I missed a
Yeah.
whole lot. Jules says, no way, that's no awesome female deputies. I work with my favorite. You guys are so badass. My husband is correctional. You know the life. Wow, that is beyond impressive. She really turned it around and then some. You must be so proud. I guess I missed comments from before. I hate when
Mm-hmm.
I do that.
Yeah, it just got a little intense.
Did someone,
Kim said,
yeah, I was trying to pay
yeah, I
attention.
seen some people on the show get mad because the family does the intervention. So I get it, but you never know. And I've used to
Um,
watch that show, Intervention. But he's gonna have to get to that point where the access of your grandson is cut from him because he won't have anything to try to emotionally blackmail someone or guilt them into giving him money
well,
if he
yeah,
has a habit.
it's easier. It's still easier said than done. Kim A
Yeah,
said,
it is.
I pray every day none of my kids ever pick up a drug and have had many talks with all of them. It's scary and drugs do not discriminate.
Right.
Lovable Rogue says, so I've said, don't understand why Canada is legal and UK is not, as we are
Hmm.
um, Commonwealth states. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I
Kezzy
know my
Fox
home
says,
state.
Kim, I made
Okay,
my
Kezzy.
kids watch Intervention when they were little. I made my kids watch Scared Straight.
Yep, I did too. I had homemade mama boot camp, and I'm so thankful that my children didn't go out there. I said, this is what could happen. I mean, even I did it the hard way, kind of like the Maury show. I, took them out there and I showed them the hard way because like I said, I'm from the hood. And I'm like, this is what could happen. You see how these people work? Okay, is this what you want to do? This is where you could end up. You know, I had them the ABC after school specials that used to come on, and I made it mandatory that we all sat down and we watched because I wanted to let them know mommy can't protect you all the time, especially when you get grown, you know. But
Um,
my heart so goes out to you. Good morning,
beyond
Doba.
Scared Straight. Jules says, I agree. It's not our place to judge anyone. I leave that for the judicial system. Did you work in county or state, Pop Trauma? I missed that whole conversation. I'm so sorry, and I'm trying to get better at that. I'm so bad at this frickin' reading chat. I get talking or start listening to someone up here and hi
Yeah.
Doba. What's a mess, hun? I know there's a lot of mess out there, but I'm trying not to pay attention to it. So I
Hmm.
know there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm trying to ignore right now because
Yeah.
I don't think that it's a good way to acknowledge it. So I've been kind
Right.
of staying away. It's okay, Carla,
Yeah.
you're doing awesome. We're chatting bunch. Okay, I just don't want anybody to think that I'm ignoring you guys, and I have been trying to be better at reading your comments. You need two 42-inch TVs to
TV to
keep
keep
up
up
with
with
chat.
chat.
Yeah, I actually do, and I'm doing like a bunch of freaking things. I'm making another one of these hats right now while I'm listening to you guys and watching and reading comments.
Right.
Keep your head up. Anytime I can help, let me know. If your son would be open, my son ain't even open, willing to talk to me, Remy D.
Mm-hmm. Pop Chama
He
says
doesn't even
Carla
admit
Marie
he has.
has a problem. Right. She said, Carla Marie, you don't have to really read as much as just keep an eye on the chat.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh
I'm
no,
trying to.
Dova. At Carla
What?
Marie, I made coffee and forgot to put the pot under the maker.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that. I've done that millions and millions and millions of
Oh,
times. Do you have a
Dova.
Keurig? Because I did it with my Keurig. I did it with my Keurig.
Kezzy said it's all good.
That's like not paying attention. That's me not paying attention. I've done that a couple times.
Have you?
I haven't even had. Yes, I have. I
That's
really
a
have.
mess.
So I think this high blood pressure I have and all my health problems I've had lately, I think has been due to the stress I've been like
Yeah.
experiencing with my son
Yes.
because
Most
it's so
definitely.
it doesn't even feel like Christmas to me this year because of all the like, you know, I've
The
tried to make it
situation.
feel like Christmas. Like I did that little giveaway and I thought, well, that's going to cheer me up because, I'm doing this. And then something else comes up. And then, like last night, it was just, and my husband, even if you heard the phone ring when you were in here,
Blink's
that was
here.
my
Hi,
husband.
Blink.
Hi, Blink. Everybody was asking about you, hon. My husband was calling me from work to make sure I was all right because he's worried about, my mental health.
Right.
Because,
Right.
like,
Because it
he
takes
knows,
its toll.
well, he knows that it's kind of easier for him to turn not I'm not saying we're turning our backs on my son, but can you guys hear me all right? Can you hear me all right?
Yes,
Or
I do.
I'm not saying I'm turning my back on my son, but I'm like kind of like,
Cutting the purse
not
strings.
I'm cutting the I'm cutting off the money,
Yeah, the
the
purse
bank.
strings.
The bank is closed. The bank is
The
closed.
ATM is closed. That's right.
The bank is closed and I'm kind of like you know trying to deal with that, and he knows how stressful it is. He's a good man. Like my husband is like the best man ever. he
That's
he
awesome.
would he's always been there for my kids, even though they're not his biological children. He's always
hmm
like helped them out, like, because he loves me. and
hmm
And that, I mean, that's the sign of a good, he's a very good person, even though
Oh,
they were,
yeah. In comparison to what you've been through, I would say that, and I haven't even met him yet. Dova says,
yeah.
now my husband thinks I washed the remote when I washed the bedding.
But yeah,
Dova is
so
something else. But you're doing the right thing by cutting off financially, and he can huff and puff and use pictures. But like you said, you have a relationship with her, so you'll still be able to have access to your grandson through her. So
Oh yeah. She's like, and I told her, and she started crying because I said, you'll always be a part of my family because you're the mother of my grandson. Like I love you, like, you're my blood. And she was
mhm.
like, because she lost her father to drug addiction too. So,
Mhm.
oh, so no, we have
Yeah.
never turned our back. And my sister, my daughter's never turned her back on her either. So, because we love
Right.
that child. Mimi said, my ex-mother, wait a minute, that one up. My ex-mother-in-law, rest in peace, told me when kids are little, they step on your toes, but when they're grown, they'll step on your heart. After I complained about a sore toe. That's true. But they're always your kids, no matter what age they are. They're just always your kids, you
mhm.
know? No matter what grade or what grade, how old they get, they're just always your kids. And it's just hard.
It is hard because I don't know how I would handle it if it were me. And I think from what you shared, you're doing a tremendous job. And I know it's
Well, the
stressing
first
you out.
instinct Well, the first instinct is to help, it's like you want
Right.
to help your child, and then and then when you come to the realization and you finally know by helping, you're not helping, you're hurting. Like
Right.
my daughter phoned me up in a panic and she goes, Mom, if you give him money, you're going to kill him.
Yep.
And that's what I needed. I needed,
Yeah.
I kind of knew, I want to say I wasn't completely I did not complete I wanted to believe. Let's put it that way. I wanted to believe he was okay,
Mhm.
but I kind of knew that he wasn't.
Right.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
How you doing? We're just talking about my son and his woes and among other things that are going on the tube. Laura,
Yeah.
you going
But
live today? I don't want to be on when you're live. So,
but just remember, you are a good mom, no matter what he says.
well, yeah, but you don't feel like a good mom when your kid is going through that, you know.
Right. But
You
you just
feel
got
like
to keep that
you
in your
feel like
head.
Yeah, but you feel like you could have done something to like prevent it.
Yeah,
And
but there's nothing
I,
that you could have done. You know,
I,
he
I, well, yeah, but the thing last night was the worst. The
mhm.
guilt, the guilt. Whoa, that was like he wrote a novel.
Oh wow.
What's an oink, Laura? Link. She said oink. I said, Laura said, did everybody get the new oink? I think I
Laura
did.
wants a
I think
link.
I did. No, she's asking if we got a
Uh
link. I think we did. The new Patreons or all the Patreons, I think. I read oink.
Oink.
Did everybody get the new oink? I'm like, what the hell? Is Laura giving away oink? Little piggies?
Oinks.
That's what I was thinking.
Hold up, let me go back.
I don't know how much I know. I
Dova
don't
said
know.
something about the doctor put in for a hysterectomy. She
Oh
said
yeah.
hopefully by March we'll have the surgery at Remy D. Could be as early as January. Dova, I had a partial hysterectomy and I'm the one that requested it. I had a lot of issues and not getting gross, but the monthly I used to have to wear like 5 of the overnights and I would still seep through. And come to find
Ew.
out, my uterus was twice the size. It was 16 centimeters and
Ew.
tilted. Yes. So I
I
went
do
in
not
and,
miss that.
hmm
I don't miss my period at all.
me
Tell you.
either. When my daughters tell me, "Oh, mom, I'm cramping," I said, "I surely don't miss those days. I
Oh,
really don't." But good luck with your surgery, Dova, and hopefully, it'll help you out and whatever issues that you're having now that you won't have later.
I hope so.
Are you having a full or are you having a partial Dova? Because I had a partial because I was so young. They
Wait a
wanted me
minute.
to keep my eggs to slow down the
Hang on a second.
go ahead.
Who's Jennifer Jones? I don't know who Jennifer Jones is. Can someone tell me who Jennifer Jones is? Come up and tell
The
me.
only the only
'Cause I
Jennifer
don't know.
Jones I know used to have
Oh,
a talk show.
well, that's who I thought. That's who I'm thinking, Jennifer. But I don't think on YouTube that that's the Jennifer Jones that they're talking about.
Hmm.
See, I'm behind
Yeah,
on
Jenny
everything. I
Jones.
never know.
Yeah,
Jenny
I remember
Jones?
Jenny Jones show. Yeah, she used to have the Weave
Are they
Wars.
talking about Jennifer Jones, the talk show
Hmm.
host?
Yeah, they had to shut her down though.
That's not who they're talking about.
He
No,
said
he
Jenny
just
Jones.
he no
Oh, he was
he did a
questioning.
question mark.
Oh,
She got yanked for murder.
yeah, she did because there was a guy that came on with the secret crush, and when the guy found out who it was somebody I guess that he was really friends with, and when he went
Yeah, but
home, I think his name
that's
was
not the
Jonathan
Jennifer.
Smith. He went home and shot him,
But
and
that's
it
not
was
the
on
Jennifer
Court
Jones
TV.
they're talking about. They're not
Yeah, it
talking about
is.
that Jennifer. Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what
So
Blake's saying. She got
Blonde,
yanked for the murder. Yeah,
wait, Blonde.
the guy went home. Yeah, she set the guy up for murdering the gay guy. Yeah,
Well, I
because
didn't
he
know
went
about
home and he
that.
shot him. Yep, I remember that. The case was on Court TV, and her personality was not like how she was on the show. I mean, she was like ruthless.
Who was?
I remember that.
Is Blonde? Um, Laura, do you want a link? I don't even know who this person is because you lied to me and took $25 to sending in pics that were not you. That makes you a scam artist. Yeah, it kind of does.
Again, Dova, if you're still out there, did the doctor say you're getting a full hysterectomy or are you getting a partial?
I'm missing everything on here. I'm trying to. Jennifer Jones, aka Motley, is the one who used to be friends with Mary. This isn't even the
Marianne.
same Jennifer Jones.
Right. They could still be
You're talking about
friends.
something totally different. I haven't been
Yeah,
following lately. I
me,
don't know who anybody is.
I surely don't either.
Yeah, if you didn't tell somebody who you are for real, that is scamming
Hmm.
people. Should actually be honest about who you are.
Partial. You're going to be okay, Dova. You're going to be hurting for a little bit, but after that, you're going to be okay. I had the same thing done, Dova. I was what, 36 when I got mine. And I'm the one that requested it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The doctor said, "Oh, we got to run this test and run that test." And I said, "You'll be calling me." He said, I said within 24 hours. So they had to do an ultrasound on me. And the black spots were the tumors. And it was only one little white spot. They called me 8 o'clock the following morning. So when I went in for
Blink,
my
I said
follow up,
hello.
who?
Blink says I can't even get a hello from the purple one. I said, Blink, I said hello. Don't I matter?
I said hello, Blink.
Sorry.
She just
I was
turned
reading what they were
46.
talking about. I was reading their chat
Well,
in here.
happy belated birthday. But when you get that partial hysterectomy, that'll be one of the greatest presents you'll get. You won't be suffering, that's for sure.
So I'm curious about Blonde Bay. Why did you hide it from, like, why did you not say who you were? Like, you really do know I support Laura, right?
Uh-oh.
You want to cam up? I don't. I ain't camming up today. I look like crap. I was freaking
And again, I would
not
scare
in a
America.
good way. I was not in a good way last night.
I bet.
Laura can cam up. She always looks good. She even looks good when she first gets up in the morning. Pisses me off.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Laura's very beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Dova said, that's what I hear women say who have had it done. And we're absolutely right. We all can't be wrong, Dova. You're going to feel so much better. You really are.
What are we all
And you
talking
said,
about now? Hysterectomies.
the hysterectomy, she's going to have a partial, which means that her ovaries will still be intact, but she just won't have periods.
Okay.
Because mine was so painful. Oh, I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days, and I had to be carried to the tub, and it was a hot mess. And I said, I have 2 children that I have to be
Oh,
responsible
Laura can't
for.
listen. She can just read.
Hmm.
We were saying how pretty she was. Someone typed in that I said that she was pretty. We said she was pretty.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She
Laura's
is.
very beautiful.
Even when she first gets up in the morning, she's pretty.
Hmm.
Pisses me off because you should see me in the first thing in the morning. You know how you don't
I
think you feel like I said to my husband, why do you even want to stay with me? I look so horrible in the
Oh, don't
morning.
you dare! Don't you
No, I
dare!
do. Seriously.
Now me, I
Look
run
like,
from the mirror. You know, like when I
oh,
brush
I
my
don't
teeth,
know.
I duck
The
because I'm
mirror is
scared.
not my friend in the morning.
Mine isn't either. I will duck because I don't want to
It's
scare
not
myself.
my friend. Ugh, scares me. Especially if you put you're gonna go live and you turn your camera on and you look at yourself and it's like, oh my God,
Mm,
look like shit.
yeah, I know I do.
But
You're welcome, Laura. Anytime.
what did you
Beautiful
say?
inside and out.
She is.
Yeah,
You know, a
Dova
lot of
said
people
her,
don't see the Laura we see.
right. Dova said her anemia will get better. Yes, it will.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it will.
I just finished another one of those hats, and
Did you?
if I ever get hold of Serendipity, I promised her a pair of slippers. So that's the thing I'm gonna. Honestly, I don't care that you are her daughter. I care that you are fraudulent in a contest, sending in pics of different people. Was that the Halloween contest? Because your eye color is totally different in two of them. I think we noticed. I think that was the contest you're talking about. Laura's talking about.
Oh,
Drop a link for Blonde Bay. Okay, she can have a link. I don't know what everybody's talking about because I've been missing it, but Blonde Bay, here's a link. You want to cam up? Yes. There it is. So here's the link. I don't know. I'm not camming up. I look like shit on this today, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I
Dope
was
is
actually
pretty
gonna go.
too.
I was gonna. Yeah, she is very pretty. I was gonna cam up with the sunglasses on, and I said, "Nah." You can still tell it's swollen. All under my eyes are swollen.
Well, you could have cammed up with your sunglasses and sang that song.
Hey, look who's talking. You're not camming up either.
I
Hi,
know,
Valley
right?
Variety Venue.
I don't have my sunglasses. I'd sing that song. I got my sunglasses on.
Bombay, are you coming? Are you coming up or not? I don't know what we're talking about because I'm missing. We're not reading comments again.
Well, there's it was just something about, I guess,
I just never
Laura
said
saying that
anything
she was
before because I
fraudulent.
didn't know she actually was. Once I found out she actually was, I am confronting her. Okay. Oh,
Laura, you coming up?
no, it's not Laura.
Oh.
I think it's Blonde Bay. Blonde Bay.
Hey, Puss in Boots.
Okay. Wait. Blonde Bay's up. Hi, girl.
Good
Hi,
morning.
I'm not a fraud. So, Laura, you
Okay.
can forget whatever you're saying. Nobody on
Just-
YouTube is my mom. So, I don't really know what else to say.
Who are they saying is your mom?
I have no idea, but it's highly insultful because I've never done anything.
Okay. Laura, is Laura watching?
I don't know. I can't see the chat, but
I'm reading. Has anybody told Laura that she's cammed up? She doesn't look like whoever, I guess. You're all saying that she is.
I also don't have my
okay.
hair and makeup done right now because I'm running out the door to a kid's school.
Okay, hun. It's okay. You're fine.
Laura
Yes, brown
said,
eyes,
yes, brown eyes.
Scam artist.
Okay, she
Brown
said
eyes, not
yes,
ice blue
brown
eyes.
not ice blue, like the pics you sent in.
So what?
And then Trisha, not Trish, just said, someone said Jennifer Jones is your mom.
No, she's not. Nobody on YouTube is my mom.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know the whole story. I don't know what the whole story is. So I'm just going by what everybody's saying in chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she's cammed up. You got to give her
I
kudos
have nothing
for
to
camming
hide.
up.
So if you want to go around calling me a scam artist, then go ahead, whatever. But you want your $25 back, Laura? I don't give a fuck. $25.
Can she hear what she's saying or not? I'm waiting for her to say something. I don't know. You say, where did you say you lived, Blonde Bay?
In Canada, Ontario.
In Ontario and Canada. Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, Monkey Mara, what's up, sweetheart?
Anyways, Miss Carla, I gotta run. So I just
Okay.
wanted to do this. So
Hello?
I'm not going to be called a fraud or a scam artist.
Okay. Thank you for coming
See
up.
you,
And thank you
Bombay.
for camming up. And thank you for camming
Yeah, of
up.
course.
I appreciate it.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay.
Laura just is a dog with a bone for some reason right now.
Hello?
With whatever she's being told, and I have no idea, but I have nothing to hide.
All right. You have a good
Hi,
day.
Trisha.
Hi, can anyone hear me?
Hey, Trisha, not Trish. What's up?
Good morning, you early birds.
Early
Bye,
talk.
guys.
Hey, Bombay.
Bye.
Bombay.
Oh,
Shit, I wanted to ask her a question.
if Jennifer Jones was her mother?
No, I don't believe that.
I don't. Anyway.
Jennifer, if that's true, why isn't Blonde Babe making videos? Cute little videos. Because Jennifer Jones's daughters make her videos for her.
Right.
And
I
they're
don't
really
I don't-
sometimes
I
they're
didn't
really
even
good little
know what the whole-
videos.
I didn't even know what the whole story was.
I have
so-
never heard it until someone put it in chat. Someone asked her in chat the other
Well,
day.
this
Someone
Blonde Bay
said that.
says she lives in Canada, so
Yeah.
whatever. So I
Yeah.
hear that a lot went on last night and I missed it all because I was dealing with my son and his problems. So
Uh-oh.
I'm,
I missed everything last night because I went to
I guess
sleep.
there was a video made of confronting me and threatening to drop
By
messages
who?
and stuff. Oh,
Oh, yeah. That's what
Mr.
I'm going
Bundy.
live about at 11. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I want to
supposedly
know
gonna
these
track some things that
messages
I
that
gave
he's
him.
speaking of
Pardon me?
because my name was brought up in that video too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't you hear him? We talking
I
about the
didn't
same
watch it.
person? Oh,
I
you
did not
didn't.
watch it.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm going to stream
I
it.
don't really care what he dropped. If I said something to him, I'll deal with that,
Right.
with you. I'm not talking to him. I blocked him. And that's
Yeah.
all
I
that
did
matters.
too,
Well, I'm
from
gonna stream his
Facebook
little
and
video in a little bit when you guys are done and
Yeah,
critique his
I was gonna
parts
go.
of it.
I was gonna end this at 11 because I know that you were going on at 11. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought first of all I saw you were going on at 8, and I thought he never goes on that early.
No, I had
And then
to.
I went back and checked and it said 11. So I said, well, I'll go on early. And
Well, you know how you like roll the time thing to set your
right,
time that you're gonna go.
yeah,
It went to 8, and I thought I don't know what I was thinking, but I had to change it a couple times. But I just wanted to come up and say hi to Blonde Bay, but she dropped off. So let me
Well,
get
she
awake
came up.
and get
Hey,
some.
you got to give her kudos for camming up and going on and confronting
Yeah.
her issues. Like, I respect people that can do that. I am not doing it. I dealt with a lot of shit last night. I had nothing to do with Mr. Bundy. And, I woke up this morning to news to videos. And, honestly, I never went and watched it because I thought people told me all I needed to know
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, yeah.
And,
If you want to
whatever.
tune in at 11, I'm going to
Well, I
play
am
it.
gonna.
oh
I
yeah,
will tune in.
I'll be
I
there.
will tune in.
Okay. Well, let me go get woke up a little bit more, you guys, and I'll see you
Yeah,
guys
I
in a
need
little
to get
bit.
another coffee. I'll let Monkey Mar needs to come up. She's gonna
Okay.
come
I'll
up,
see
but
you
we're
guys in a
gonna be
little
on.
bit.
We'll probably only be on for another 25 minutes or so.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you're done. You're good.
Okay. Monkey
right.
Mar, you want to
Okay.
come up?
Bye, guys.
See ya.
I'm gonna go make coffee. You
Okay.
can hold down the chat and read.
I will hold down and read. It's more than tiring. Sometimes when people have mental issues, it's better to walk away. I feel you on that one. Thanks, but yeah, she did send in one pic that was totally her, and one that was definitely not. I don't care if it's $1 or free. You send in a pic that was not you. Interesting. Well, like Carla said, got to give the girl credit for coming up. She said, that's not true, Laura. All the pics I sent in were me. Okay. Monkey Mars says, I'm not blocking Ben. I feel bad for him. Hey, everybody is entitled to do and see how they feel. And, as long as we're cool, I have no issue. I told you that yesterday. I'm sorry I fell asleep on you, though. Okay. Laura says, okay. So you have ice gray eyes with no nose ring? I just wish we all could get along. I just don't like the drama period. This is between Laura and Blonde Bay. Yeah, they have to work it out. That's how I'm feeling. You're right, Pop Trauma. I feel you on that one. That's what Grace, she says, Life Perplex. Thank you for coming up, though. She appreciates that.
For camming up.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like I can appreciate someone that cams up,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't
They
know
have to
the
work
whole.
that out
That
between
must have been
themselves.
that must have been the Halloween contest. Was that the Halloween contest, Laura? Unknown Capone says he assumes shit about me, but I really don't care. What was it that Monkey Mars said?
Oh, that she's not
I
blocking
had
Ben.
he's asking to talk to me in PM. He jumped on blah blah blah. I did not trash Ben. Let's get this straight. I did not trash Ben. I blocked him because of the videos he was making. There's nothing wrong with we've all been blocked by people on here. He's the one that made a video about me, about, you know, why does he always get a pass? He's made some pretty nasty videos and he always gets a pass because he says he's sorry. I'm sorry. But you know, there comes a time when you just like, you have to just say enough.
Right.
Stop this behavior. Like, geez, it's not about trashing him. I blocked him. That's the only thing I did. I blocked him and stopped.
Oh no, Monkey Mars, she wasn't talking about you. She didn't say you. We love you,
No,
Monkey Mar.
people think that, yeah, I do. People think that I was trashing him. I was just saying that the videos he made is the reason that I blocked him. But then he made a video about me and he's trashing me. Why is that all right?
Puss in Boots is right. Nobody trashed Ben that she's seen. They just don't condone the behavior and choose to step away. And that's within everybody's rights. If you still want to keep him in your in your lane, hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And no one should have to pick a side and this, that, and the third. You know, everybody's entitled.
Trisha knows that I will never trash him because that's not what I do.
Right.
Now, Trisha's different. Trisha has no filter. Trisha does
Right.
what Trisha does. The thing with certain people, they think that if they don't like someone, you should have to go along with what the way they have. And Trisha's never made me feel like I had to choose between her or another friend ever. I can't say the same about other people. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not saying that I'm not, you know, you can be friends with him. I appreciate that you can support him. I just can't support that behavior. It's just it's like a manic stage. Laura thought I was on a $50 bet. I've never been in Gray Hughes chats. Well, guys, I'm gonna shut this down because it's been real.
Yeah.
I have to phone my doctor and find out exactly what time my appointment is tomorrow.
Yeah, I got one too tomorrow. Isn't that ironic?
I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm sorry if it got a little drama related. I didn't mean it to get full of drama. I'm trying to figure out this phone I got yesterday, which is kind of. But I had friends message me this morning that are getting like messages like nonstop from him saying that they're hypocrites, and I'm just.
Well, you know what? You just have to ignore it and just keep doing your stream because if somebody's not going to like you for whatever, there's 10 that will. So,
I will.
you know,
I
yeah,
will, Monkey. I will. And we can talk privately.
yeah, I love
Anyway,
Monkey Mar.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I
you
love
got to call me
Tamara.
too, Monkey. Yeah. I'm sorry, Carla.
Okay. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
end this because Trisha's going live and I have to phone my doctor and I need to find out what time my appointment is because I know it's tomorrow, but I'm not sure what time. And I'm not
Right.
looking
And that's
forward to
important.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it is.
important. You got to know. So I hope everybody
Hey,
has a nice day.
Monkey Mar, you need to call me because I've got a new phone and I'm not sure your contact information is in this phone because I haven't set it up yet. I'll have to go. No, never mind. I'll go to my email and find it.
Yeah, and you make sure you
Okay.
put my number in your phone too, Carla.
Yeah, I will. I knew I was getting this new phone, so I didn't do it. But I'm gonna end this now. And thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. Sorry it got kind of like off the track a little bit, but
Yeah.
we'll go and see what not Trisha's got to say, and hopefully it won't be too crazy.
Yeah.
So
See you, everybody. See you
love you
over at
guys.
Trisha's.
I
Love
love
ya.
you all.
Have a great day, everybody.